to a couple of scrims, actually, guys. And let me tell you, there's a lot of chronos going, let me tell you that. Maybe too many, right? It was a complete infestation. We still have 2 of them lingering here. Is it double support? No, it is, in fact, going to be this rifle spear DPS build. Is this going to be a support? It is here from Attack, a.k.a. Esprit. Raikon on this kind of Condi Herald build that has actually been popping up here as well. Still with Relic of Rivers. It keeps hanging on. Keeps dominating the meta even now. Thief is back in the mix, though, which honestly is kind of nice to see. Like, Thief is one of those classes that you do kind of hate it, but you also kind of love it too, right? Like, with Thief not being in the meta, doesn't feel good, to be honest with you. Then another Herald here as well from Azus. So double Herald, double Chrono, and the Thief. Let's see what's going on there. Of course, we have Frey playing as well. Here we go. Oh, interesting. Now, of course, this is an early round, so this might actually not end up being played here. We have Frey, Pain, Wolf Spider, Dra. Oh, that's an interesting team, actually. This is a very interesting team. Not the usual lineup here, actually. We've got Phantasmal Yui in the mix here. Of course, on the support, Chronomancer. Alongside Dra here on the DPS Chronomancer. Wolf Spider in the mix as well. On the Herald, Pain in the mix. On the Thief and Frey on the Harbinger. Let's see if he stays with that, actually. Of course, it is actually a good build. This is the power build, I believe. Yeah, this is the Demolisher build here. You can see here, Demolisher Amulet with the Spear and the Sword. With the Blood Magic build. This is actually a very interesting build. It runs curses on a power build, right? Because you still, of course, have that boon corruption capacity there as well. And, of course, critical strike chance as well with target the weak. And a lot of sustain from Blood Bank. It's a build that popped up a while ago, actually, particularly in ranked, but now playing here in the monthly at Sea of Frey continues to play that going into the later stages of the tournament. Will be interesting to see how that one's going to go. Zintrex also in the mix. Here we go. Over here. With Demolish as well. The double Spellbreaker, of course. Fly, listen to the voices on the Daredevil here. Intrig, I trust, on the Untamed. Zenvo on the support Chrono. So this build actually has been nerfed, right? Because Signet of Illusions now only reduces the cooldown of your Shatter abilities by 50% as opposed to a full cooldown reset. So it does have a lower cooldown now, 35 seconds to kind of compensate for that, but it doesn't give you that full reset. So this is nerfed basically every Mes build in the game, more or less, but it is kind of targeted at these Chronomancer builds in particular that are utilizing the Spear either for DPS or for support and DPS there as well. So interesting setup there as well. Let's see if there are any other teams going on here. Okay, we actually do have 55 playing as well. 55 is now in the mix. And here we have Syndrana, Boyce, Abindo, Healing for Ants, and Draza. So we actually have the Tempest being played. And now this is early round, so we're seeing a bit of a variety pack here, but we'll see what's going on there. Buff Smoke Scale here. It's Boyce on the Soul Beast. Abindo on the Herald. Look, we're going back to Moto 1, guys. Back to Moto 1 with Abindo on the Condi Herald. Yeah, this really is Moto 1. We got Misha on Tempest as well. Draza going to be playing the Mirage this time around. And Cinder, of course, on the Thief as well. Of course, Thief didn't do super hot in the last monthlies, but I definitely think with some of the nerfs that have gone through, particularly to the Warrior in particular, those Bunker Warriors, that should actually kind of help Thief kind of have its presence on the map. But yeah, this game, a little bit on the overside, as you, of course, might imagine. But anyway, let's log in. Let's see if there are actually any close games in this round. That's kind of a bit of an overview of some of the competitive teams that are going to be popping up here. We have Rank 55 Dragons. We have, of course, Frey's team and French Worms and Zintrex's team in the mix there as well. Actually, this is looking like a pretty close game. Let's get into the mix now. Let's have a look. All right, here we go then. Wow. We load into this game and Red team, after having a relatively decent start, actually a little bit ahead, they get triple cap now by the blue team. But of course, we do actually have a death on the blue team here. Crafty K, kind of ready to pump here, ready to blast. Cleaving out this kill here, continuing the advantage towards the blue team. They do not have their Firebrand back yet, but they still have consistent momentum on the map. They're picking up another kill. Crafty K has got to be a little bit careful. Very extended. Does end up going down to there after chasing for that kill and will get cleaved out very, very quickly. But the blue team is now reinforcing. Can they get some revenge for their fallen comrade? I believe that might be the case of the Willbender. Incredibly low Does get picked off there by the Thief. The Firebrand back in the mix with the support. So a lot of variety with these supports, guys. Of course, Firebrand was one of those builds that got buffed every single patch, right? You know, they just kept buffing it and buffing it and buffing it. And then, you know, it finally became actually a part of the metagame, guys. And then what happened? They buffed Chronomancer, and Chronomancer dominated the metagame of this monthly, well, of the monthly auto tournament, at least for the time being. Who knows? Maybe it will make its recovery. Because, of course, you know, support Chrono has been nerfed, and that might help kind of open up the metagame a little bit. But we'll see how that kind of progresses as we go through the tournament. Yeah, blue team, though, continuing to pick up more and more kills, eliminating the Chronomancer from the red team. They did lose their map control, though. They're zerging a little bit. They've got to be careful not to overcommit to this one node there. They've got their Ranger over here, the Druid, kind of shoving away this Thief. It is an Axe Thief, which, of course, has actually been significantly weakened, but can still pack a serious punch if you can let it get away with it. The Druid just barely survives. Get some of that barrier off there, leaping through these water fields, trying to heal up as much as possible. The Thief is doing a very good job of maintaining this aggression. The Druid trying to heal up, gets into Celestial Avatar, should be able to resustain quite nicely here. Firing out a bunch of AoE damage there, some blinds and so on. The Druid not having the best of time. Oh, another brutal axe dual strike connects onto the Druid, but now we do have the Willbender moving into the mix. Will there be enough to get the kill here, though? That's the question. So that might be yes. Ooh, big dodge there. This Thief is really kind of playing with fire here. Maybe staying in a little bit too deep. Steals into the mix. Goes for that kill. Crafty, not entirely sure what's going on there. This Thief is absolutely insane, attempting the 1v2. Now is going to try and run away, though. Did a decent job there, actually, though. Kind of wasted a lot of time there from the blue team. They were able to cap that node, though. Reinforcements now move in, but ooh, the Thief thought they had that moment of opportunity, but they were, in fact, incredibly incorrect as Umbra Ragnarok leaps in and secures that kill. Red team attempted to go for that revival, but I think that is a fool's errand. Not going to happen there, I think. And here we go. Blue team continuing their advantage, picking up another 2 kills. And they are kind of starting to solidify their hold in the game. I kind of like the red Scrapper here playing a bit passively, knowing that essentially mid is lost. Maybe could go forwards to help the team out here a little bit, but as long as red team plays very safe here, maybe it's okay. Dawn, a little bit of trouble trying to wriggle away, trying to escape the oblivion of the blue team, but not going to be able to do that, really, at this stage. And red team, now they've got this opportunity. They need to get this reset and go back in. Right, that's what they've got to do. They're going to try and go for a bit of a split here. The Thief rushing past middle. And that does leave red team heavily outnumbered on middle. They need to be aware of that. They don't want to be committing to this fight right now. They're playing very aggressively here, which is, you know, high risk, high reward, I suppose. But, well, it might actually end up being high punish because they just died again. And they might be pretty much dead here at this point in this game. Blue team, yet again, though, playing very, very zergy, and it is kind of working out for them. Like, red team is kind of essentially feeding into their blob pretty consistently. They do need to have an answer for the Thief, though. Like, I think if they don't have, this Druid is not feeling comfortable to 1v1 this Axe Thief, which definitely is an annoying matchup to deal with, they need to be making sure that their own Thief is kind of bullying this Thief very aggressive, and they kind of do that with a big Zerg there now, but they don't want to be consistently giving up this node, that's for sure. So they need to maybe manage that Thief a little bit better. But I think with the double cap being secured here, they should be pretty much in business. I like how this red Scrapper is still here. They are not leaving, okay? You know, maybe this is taking it a little bit too far with the whole not leaving. I was like, oh, yes, not feeding into middle, that is good. Camping this node the entire game, that might not cut it. That might not be quite good enough. Wait, this is actually an insanely epic res. Surely this doesn't come through, right? Oh my god. The Chronomancer with the big revive. You love to see that. Just gets in there, drops the feedback down, hits the F key and holds it down. Like, it's not going to be enough to recover this game, but I like that. That was pretty epic, actually. It was a big gamer moment there. Securing that revive. A little bit of complacency
Ele tá narrando, Chris. Salve, salve.
The node was life, but the node was also death. I like how they did not leave the node. They died on it.
Boa semana, boa semana também, Chris. Ele tá narrando aí,
tá... the red Willbender, holding on to this. So this Axe Thief, once again, trying to be a nuisance.
Ele tá literalmente narrando o jogo mesmo, assim, igual narrador mesmo de esports.
I think as the Thief runs, they'll be forced to concede the game. Blue team, they know they've got it. They've just got to lock it down. AFK on the node. And they're in business.
Mas já era esse jogo, já. É o primeiro jogo do torneio também, Não teve nenhuma partida high elo. Esses caras aí eu acho que não são high elo, não.
They have this game locked in. 492. 496.
Só que é a partida que ficou mais equilibrada, então por isso que ele tá mostrando essa. Mas não teve as partidas de high elo, tudo foram desequilibradas. Ah lá, essa daí tá mais melhorzinha.
Certainly ahead so far. Slugan on the Herald. Tempest is being played. I believe a support Tempest. Yeah, it is a support Tempest being played by the blue team. They've got 6 minutes to try and recover this game. They do actually have a kill onto Zembo. That could be the start of something,
Staff Tempest suporte.
We actually have the warrior, core warrior here.
Putz, tomara que a galera não comece a spamar staff, velho. Vão nerfar minha build principal. Pô, o PvP do GW2 merecia um esportes com um campeonato maior. Pois é. Também acho. Mas eles tentaram fazer, né, em 2016, se eu não me engano. Teve um mundial. Mas aí nunca mais teve mais nada. Aí hoje em dia só que tem é feito pela própria comunidade, né?
Also having the Willbender, of course, and is this a DPS card? No, this is a support, I believe. Yes, support card with the Rune of Exuberance.
Arena Net é meme, true. Não, nisso daí eles é muito burro. Pô, pra desenvolver o jogo eles mandaram muito bem, mas na parte de business eles pecam bastante mesmo.
Handling this 1v2 well, but that isn't good enough for the blue team. The blue team needs to make something happen here. They've either got to get this mansion node over here. Of course, the Untamed is contesting that over here, as you can see. Either got to deal with this, or we've got to get this node under control for blue, or they are in trouble. Now, it is a 1v2, but again, these Spellbreakers
até agora não apareceu
o
bunker DH, né? Acredito que vai aparecer mais pros últimos rounds aí. Bunker Dragon Hunter. O pessoal tava falando que tava broken. Tá imortal.
Tenebrae trying to move in there, but the cleave from red team should be good enough here. Yeah, blue just not quite able to break out of this middle node and actually start contesting these sides. They didn't have the damage to break through. And now they kind of collapse as well, actually, as red team gets a brutal push moving towards middle.
True demais.
Willbender moving into the mix. Taking out. Do get the kill on Chloe, actually. That's big. Intrigue, I trust.
Tarde, salve Potatão, meu querido. Boa tarde aí, mano. Boa semana, boa segunda-feira.
So it actually gets inverted there. Big revival there from the red team. The damage a little bit too much, and yeah, this really is going to be the end for blue.
Acabou de começar aqui, esse é o primeiro round, eu acho.
There is no recovery from
Teve nenhuma partida muito boa, não.
500 points incoming for red. Slugan, a valiant effort holding this 1v4.
Os franceses são deuses do deceive.
Blue team kind of making their last stand here on the mansion. Herald being chased down.
Então, eles têm isso daí, né? Que é que tá, né, mano? Os caras, eles perdem e se adaptam, né, mano? Os caras levam Theorycraft a sério, mano. Por isso que eu gosto muito deles, mano. Sou muito fã dos caras. Muito obrigado pelo follow, Alexa02. Salve, salve. Boa tarde aí, boa semana, vamos que vamos. Seja bem-vindo ou bem-vinda.
Well, there you have it.
Thanks for the follow, Alexa.
Let's see where we're going next.
Para os caras não terem chance de dar counter pick no final. Os caras é foda, mano. Acho que se eles mostrarem a estratégia mais top no meio do time. Deixa eu pular aqui pra já achar a partida. Ó, já vai segunda round, Templo. Primeiro round foi Kyhlo. Vamos ver se tem... Ó, essa daí parece que vai ser boa essa match, hein. Tem que ver os times aí que eu ainda não reconheci, não. Os caras acharem uma solução. Exatamente, exato, mano. É, os caras é full brain, né? Estratégia pura, fi.
I've seen better builds.
Vou até parar pra assistir, aqui pra assistir. Salve, salve, Calango, meu querido. Boa tarde, mano. Boa segunda-feira e boa semana. Tamo no segundo round agora, eu acho, do torneio.
Kranox, dude, this is some old school gamers here.
Eu acho que é o segundo, porque eu não sei em qual round o Tyapot começou a gravar. Mas se ele começou no primeiro, esse é o segundo, então.
Spear and the Scepter Pistol. Kranox on support guardian. Now that, look, this really does take me back, guys. This is a true classic right here.
Ó, o Blantrax, mano. Caralho, Blantrax.
Guragashi on the Willbender, definitely a Willbender.
Adorava a live dele, ele deu uma sumida, né?
Vague on the blue team. Got a PvP. 2K rating. Nobody can beat this guy in ranked, guys. This is an unstoppable player here. Okay, playing with Lisa, Skiddo, Nana, and Viits Salad. That's, you know, we got some good names here. Got some big names. Feel My Wrath. Yeah, this is actually an insane build here from Guragashi. No renewed focus.
Willbender full damage, hein? Com a elite do Feel My Wrath. Nossa, é roubada essa elite, mano. Você é louco.
Has a very short cooldown in PvP. Look at that, just 24 seconds. So quite a powerful ability.
O pessoal do NA dá rage demais nele. Bota fé, mano.
On this, the Willbender. You kind of need to survive, honestly. Like Willbender, one of its weaknesses.
Mas ele é do europeu, né?
It's a little bit more vulnerable.
Onde rola, mano, que massa.
Right? Like, without that renewed focus, it's going to be
é mesmo,
a
né?
ripe
É mesmo, onde rola.
As soon as the blue team kind of identifies that this is the player.
Na Europa os caras é mais criativo, né, mano? Não é, no NA a galera fica mais fechada em poucas builds, mas na Europeu a galera gosta de jogar com zona de conforto.
Vague actually goes down. This 2v2 not going the way of blue team. Vague, god of PvP, has been taken out by Guragashi and Blamthrax. I like, well, he nearly teleported out of the Engi-Res, which was pretty funny, but he is actually going to get revived up. This is really old school, actually. This build was played back like years and years ago, actually, this build.
Matou o Holoconde.
Guragashi escaping away from the thief by using that portal, because Blam will go back over there and begin the contest onto this node. And Guragashi is still being chased down here by the thief.
As finais das comps foram nem parecidas nas duas regiões.
Willbender wriggling away. He's getting heavily pressured.
Doideira.
Quite able to escape. Maybe wants to drop down here, I think.
Isso é doideira.
Dying to this thief is certainly not on the agenda for the red Willbender, at least for now. But oh, it actually might be. That's not looking good. Gets a big pull there. Uses the
bom escape, mano. Bom, jogou bem, jogou bem.
5 seconds for the
Ficou
heal. The thief
no
knows.
part
The thief
spot.
know where he is.
Esse lugar é
It's a game of
part
hide and
spot.
seek. The thief
Muito
knows.
bom, inclusive.
No! Gets the projectile block. Tries to hold on. Gets the heal actually.
Caralho,
but
jogou
it's
bem
still
pra
running
caralho,
for his life
morreu.
and eventually teleports into the
deu.
team fight. Kind of gets accidentally cleaved out there. Kranox going to go for the revival, but I think
se o cara fosse bom mesmo, ele pulava ali do non-port spot e fazia jump dodge pra tocha pegando fogo. É, ali você pula aqui, ó, daqui pra cá. Você pula fazendo jump dodge e fica aqui em cima e aqui o cara não ia pegar ele, tá ligado? E aí ele ia conseguir se curar e ficar vivo. Mas eu ainda prefiro assistir o EU, apesar que o time do Green tem dado content pra gente. Pois é, tá divertido o NA também, mano. Não tá chato, não. Mas as comps são mais parecidas no NA, né? No europeu é bem mais diversificado mesmo.
Eliminate the catalyst, begin to capture the node. And blue team with a massive epic Zerg, goodness me. They are just pushing right now. Wow. Wow. Highly impressive.
NA foi morto muito tempo até perdeu credibilidade. Sim. Ah, teve uma época aí que os caras vendeu o negócio aí, né?
Securing their advantage. They've got this 1v2 over there onto Terrahuz.
Tava tão várzea já que estavam vendendo os gimmicks.
Red team respawning now, pushing back in. Mesmer over here from blue, just kind of lurking around the buff. Buffs, of course, coming up now. There's the stillness. Wait, is stillness going to be uncontested? Oh dear. Yeah, just giving away a stillness. I'm not sure about that one, to be honest. That's going to be a huge amount of points. Guragashi just
muito bom esse double node, hein, mano. Deu 4 buff com double node, foi muito valoroso, mano. O time azul agora vai abrir uma boa vantagem de ponto.
Giving up the top buff is going to be relatively painful, I think, for the red team.
Jogão, guys, tá bem close, mano.
Double the point gain of the blue team for a good amount of time. We do have the neutralizations coming through, but red team just get obliterated here as well.
Nossa, o Willbender tá roubado, velho. Olha esse daí. O Willbender free hit, fi. Deleta todo mundo.
Get those kills. Red team grabbing middle, but they aren't winning these fights, right? This is one of those games where, you go, there's only 100 points in it. Red team can come back, but the issue is that they are just not winning any of these encounters, really, and that's where their problems are going to be. Cranox getting chased down a little bit. Doesn't have renewed focus anymore. Still kind of okay on cooldowns though. Has his heal skill.
Cancelar a cura
bunch
dele.
of weapon skills as well available to heal. And Red feeling confident in this fight, but Blue Team kind of not really giving it to them, right? Like mostly just stalling this and trolling, holding these 4 players here without committing to it. That's a good play by Blue.
Eu acho que na semi do EU já não tinha o banner, então esquece nerf.
Pois
é. Aí é foda.
Now if their Chronomancer is able to rotate in, then they can start to actually engage in this fight. Let's see if they're going to be able to do that.
Putz, mas aí, pô, mas que doideira, hein, mano. Caralho, no europeu os caras não usou o banner. Nenhumzinho? Que loucura, mano.
The fight begins. How the cooldowns of the support from Red actually not super good. Not much available for Cranox at this stage. Does have the Signet, is going to go for it. Goes for the revive, but of course the Thief is there, immediately denying that with the Steel interrupting it, shunning it down, and now Cranox in a lot of danger as well. Has his heal skill, but no renewed focus to follow that up with. I think this is a dead support guard, and again, another fight. It's not really going very well for Red Team, unfortunately. And bear in mind, they don't have a Thief either, right? So it's kind of hard for them. It's the Red Team is having a hard time kind of playing this map, I think, because they can't really. They're not doing a super good job in the fights. They're not able to win the fights, but they also can't really out-rotate their opponents.
É, tá jogando o quê? Dagger Catalyst,
slower than their opponents, and they're struggling in the fights as well, and that's just.
Ele tá antenado nos patch notes, então, pô. Ele tá antenado. Ele tinha parou de fazer live, mas tá por dentro das coisas.
Blue Team continuing their onslaught. I'm gonna pick up a kill on the Herald.
No NA acho que tinha um pra cada lado, ou um time tinha, o outro não. Bota fé. Nós vai olhar, nós vai ver.
Blue Team getting the cap. Roy in the chat. Fun fact, Roy is actually fluent in French. Not a lot of people know that, but I do know that. He's actually a member of French Mafia and a variety of other guilds too. But anyway, here we go. Blue Team. Blue Team still ahead.
E o Crono no suporte continua reinando?
Cancel that actually, as the Red Team has apparently decided to completely ignore every secondary objective on this map and gives away the bottom buff. I respect it. They just want to play nodes, man. They just want to play nodes, right? That's all they want. They're not interested in anything else.
Tá forte, né? Tá muito consistente, né?
They're here to fight and stand in little circles. They're not here to press F and capture stuff. Vague, 2K rated player.
Tiff de SD é muito roubado nas mãos de quem sabe jogar e tem ping baixo, velho. Sim, Calango, sim, mano. Muito roubado, mano. É evade frame, né? A skill 3 dele. Você tendo ping baixo, você consegue usar o evade frame de forma mais efetiva, mano. Roubadíssimo. E ainda dá um puta de um dano. Isso é louco. E ainda remove boom, se eu não me engano, né? É muito escroto, velho.
That's kind of the end of this game, I think, realistically. I don't really see a recovery position for the red team at this stage.
E é full interrupt, chato pra caralho. Sim, sim, é por causa do stealth attack, né? Stealth attack da Sword da Daisy.
Should be able to hold on to this and just generate a huge amount of points for the blue team, as you can see there. Looking pretty good. I think let's go take a look at another game. This one is dead.
Depois eu vou tentar fazer core chief de Sword Dagger. Será que eu consigo?
These games were going. Nobody was hanging around here, guys. Absolute crank. Well, this one. Well, I mean, I guess we just watch the end of this one then. It is what it is.
Sempre dá. É. Se vai ficar bom é outra coisa, né? Mas é true. Sempre dá. Depois eu vou tentar fazer, mano. Tô a fim de fazer. É divertido, mano. Build divertido é sempre legal criar build pra você poder brincar. Só que DRD é um core melhorado, daí não tem como competir. Sim, não tem o que discutir, tá ligado? Daredevil é muito melhor.
Breakdancing there as well on the node.
Mas é só de ser divertido e ser, tipo assim, no mínimo consistente, já tá valendo, pô. Que aí o resto nós resolve no dedo, né?
Difficult to break through that, and yeah, Gurigashi trying to get some reinforcements in there. Cranox moving in too, but yeah, blue team know their win condition, right? Like we have, of course, Chronomancer in position to intercept this, alongside Vague as well. Picks up the kill onto Guragashi. Doesn't have steel to interrupt the Signet if it is used. It might not be, though. Going for the hand res, but oh yeah, can't get away with that. Very, very ambitious, I think. Did nearly get it, so maybe not that ambitious, but maybe a little bit too ambitious. Signet comes through, but steel did come back off cooldown. Of course, that will guarantee deny that steel, revive even through stability. And that is going to be the end of that for Cranox and Guragashi. Of course,
time azul.
Lisa stands firm on the node.
Só abriu vantagem, minha amiga,
end the game, which it does.
Controlou o game, né? Tadinho. O Blanc fica um bom tempão sem jogar, quando volta tomando uma surra.
Kind of enjoying their final moments in this
e aí também já tá acabando.
Stray Warrior secures that kill over there. Game over. Exciting. We actually end up, you kind of heard. Definitely.
Aí, beleza. Terceiro round, guys. Coliseu. Enquanto vai começando a partida aí, eu vou pegar um cafezinho ali rapidinho, já vem.
Hello, Alcar. Golden Gob. It's a good name, actually. Damn, they all got some good names. Power Balance. Fluffy Soul, Power Balance, Golden Gob, Pronks, and Blaga Vesta. This is a good team. No, Ta does not live, by the way. That emote is long gone. Ta is not enabled and never will be. It's permanently destroyed. No, Ta is allowed, okay? We have a variety of cat emotes on offer here. A good variety, even. Are there any other kind of big games we should be keeping an eye on here? Who is Sen? I think Sen Nodes is Garkos, right? Perfect Storm. Some good RP names here. Sen Nodes is its Lunar, actually. Incredible. Is Boyce playing? Yeah, Boyce is playing with 55. Oh, Garkos isn't there today. Well, I mean, how can they possibly hope to win without Garkos? Garkos is their 1v9 hard carry. All right, we're logged in. Okay, so on the red team, it is going to be the Tempest here from Misha. So responding to these Chronomancer nerfs. Interesting. Misha with the staff support Tempest, as you can see here.
Aí, outro Tempest suporte de staff. Putz, guys, vão nerfar, hein? Ah, mano, vão nerfar minha build, não. Para de usar, para de usar. Sai.
I was definitely concerned that this build is a bit too squishy to survive, but of course Chronomancer.
O que aconteceu com o time do Basile? Mano, nem sei, hein, Calanguinho.
Not being able to reset your distort as easily is relevant. It's going to be Draza logging onto the Catalyst.
New meta win. Hey, Cracks. Hello, my friend.
So I'm not super surprised to see this pop up.
Yeah, we need to see the next
this build is dangerous. We saw it played in the 3v3 tournament and the 2v2 tournaments, I believe. Now in the mix, as you can see. Sphere Specialist, of course, being played. You can now gain energy while the Jade Spheres are active. So, of course, that Catalyst buff kind of bleeding into PvP at the same time. And, of course, Armor of Earth, the cooldown and power of this ability has been, increasing over time. Well, the cooldown's been going down, the power levels and going up. An Arcane Wave. This is one of those abilities that's like, surely it's good, right? It's a daze, and it's a blast finisher, and it's an AoE nuke at the same time. How could it possibly be bad? But here we go. We've got the Deadeye from Sind. Dismantle Cleave, Boyce on Soulbeast, Abindo on Herald, healing for Ants on Tempest, Drazi on Catalyst.
Double Dagger Catalyst também,
They're still repping the Chronomancer.
Os caras estão por dentro dos balance patch mesmo,
Chronomancer number 1 on support.
Tá forte pra caramba, velho.
DPS Chrono coming through here as well. Raikon, Zealot on the Thief, and the double Herald there from Raikon and Azaz. Let's see what these guys have got. So the triple node push comes through from both teams. Of course, the speed of that Catalyst getting to the node, though, using that incredible mobility, able to secure that node instantaneously and deny the push from the opponents. Okay, then. So red team kind of already getting a good start there. 55 securing that node.
Mas é jogão, hein, guys?
Catching the French team
jogão, né?
there. Not able to punch through that
whatsoever.
Now, I think what's interesting here, is
o
that
time do
of
Rai
course,
Ken,
there's a lot of damage output,
francês, né?
From the red team here
O
as well.
time
Like, having
azul.
that Deadeye is going to be very, very potent for dealing DPS. Oh, gets the interrupt there as well. Onto Azaz, does get the glint heal off just barely in time. Chronomancer moves in for the support. That's going to drive Syndra away, but very, very
Provavelmente essa é a final, não é? Final antecipada.
Abindo holding on to middle here. Meanwhile, the double elementalist here from red team driving away the French, and not a good start for them. They might be able to pick up the blue node. Boyce wanting to contest. He makes it. Will need support, though, if they want to contest this. Can't hold on forever. He's going to have to concede. Yeah, 1v3. That's not going to do it. Of course, the Thief can't really contribute to holding that node super effectively. Now the Tempest from Misha is moving in. Boyce, of course, using the mobility of that Ranger. Very high mobility on Ranger to escape. Continues to stall.
Acho que esse é outro time francês, não é o time da final, mas não tenho certeza, bota fé, bota fé. Tem outros times francês bom também, né? Não é só um, mas tem um que é o principal, né, que é os minhoca, né? Os French Worms. Os minhoca francesa. Eles são os brabo.
Helios of quite well on a catalyst, of course, using the Earth trait line as well. A lot of condition removal here, guys. This is like the brand new diamond skin. So whenever you do a leap finisher or a blast finisher, you're going to be removing conditions, either from yourself or allies. So almost like a little bit of support in the mix there as well. And so far, 55, kind of breaking the metagame here a little bit, or inventing something new, bringing something new to the table. And really avoiding these big fights, right? I think that's very noticeable, right? Like, this match does not really have team fighting in it. It's a lot of smaller skirmishes, and I think that's really going to help out the Tempest in delivering value, actually, because...
Interessante, o cara pegou um Dead Eye, né? Nesse mapa é bem interessante o Dead Eye. Ele tem... Esse mapa tem alguns pontos que é bem... bem vazio de Kite Spot. E o Dead Eye consegue tirar muito valor, principalmente quando pega o inimigo nesses pontos.
Can provide a huge amount of healing from afar there.
Qual é o nome daquele time que tem um maluco que joga de engenheiro, é da Europa? Putz, esqueci, hein, o Calangotes.
Aftershock.
Mas você tá falando do Flood, né? Eu acho que é o Flood, né? Que joga de engenheiro no torneio. Eu esqueci o nome do time dele. Queria ver a build do boy, Conde do Boys, mas ele só mostra a armadura.
If you don't have the DPS, and you can't actually get control of the map to bunker, then
na live ele não mostra não, o Potatão, a Relic, essas coisas, ou a Trash Line e tal. Isso, o Flood não, ele é brabo, mano, o Flood é brabo. Mas ele eu acho que parou de jogar, mano, eu sigo ele no YouTube também, ele parou de postar vídeo. Teve uma época que ele tava fazendo bastante vídeo, aí depois ele parou e sumiu.
I'm not sure if they're really going to get that much. They might be able to get a Bindo here too. He's going to try and die on node, I think, is going to be the plan. Yep, there we go. Yeah, he's going to go for it. Tries to hold on as long as possible, but without any support on the horizon. I think this is just a very, very dead Herald. See if there's any kind of pushback here from blue team. No, they're just going to go for the immediate stomp to get rid of him. Respawn at the same time.
Mas acho que é que o Noda usa. Provavelmente.
And not even really going to give up their nodes here. Yeah, as we see,
deve ter pego com ele, sim.
Secure this kill onto Azaz. The revive is likely to come through here from blue, but
se o Boy está usando é porque tá boa, né?
Not actually fighting over that, but Red is now back and they still maintain a very hefty points advantage in this situation. Yeah, Blue's strategy here isn't really working, to be honest.
Guys, pior que tá jogão ainda dá pra virar, mano. Coliseum, os buffs podem desbalancear o game, mano. E o time, só que o problema é que o time vermelho pegou os dois buffs, né? Aí é complicado. Aí pro time azul voltar vai ser osso.
From actually getting anything done. And now they actually do find that. As you can see, they've now successfully got that, but they are behind, and when you fall behind with a strategy like that, it's very hard to actually get back into the lead because your point game is going to be.
Mas o Boy se jogou esse torneio, não jogou? Se pá que o Tyapot vai mostrar, mano. No começo das partidas ele mostra as builds, geralmente, quando a galera pede no chat ele mostra também.
Might be able to pick up a victory.
Vamos ficar de olho aí.
Azaz is not careful. Is that going to be a kill? Yes, it is. Just a clean 1v1 from the Soul Beast. Gets that kill onto Azaz while the team fight is.
Eu acho que agora acabou o game, guys. Já 200 pontos de vantagem. Praticamente team wipe. Morreu todo mundo.
They're going to have to cook, guys.
E esse time azul apostou no Double Herald, né? É Double Conde Herald ou é deles é Power? Eu não reparei.
And that's kind of something that you wouldn't expect, right? Like the kind of a big idea with how the French have been approaching PvP is that you just have these mesmers, you have that support and you win the team fights, but that did not happen.
A questão é que Herald, o Power, ele countera o Deadeye, mas o Conde é counterado pelo Deadeye, né?
While also having that durability and support that we see. I did say demolish, yeah.
Mostrou só do Bunker Damage do Soul Beast, não vi. Boto fé.
Because it's going to be the Axe, Dagger, Sword, Warhorn build. Yeah, this is a build that has been popping up. I've seen this a fair bit.
Não é essa daí, não?
Condi build. It's one of those. This is another build like Firebrand that they just kept buffing it every single patch. Like, yeah, surely Condi 1v1 Soul Beast is going to be good, right, guys? Right? And then nobody played it, but that's because, you know, nobody plays Ranger. Okay, Boyce is there, just repping the Ranger. The Aboga charging into combat, ready to go, ready to pump. Continues to escape, gets back over to cap that. The Thief being a little bit of a nuisance from the blue team, but they've got nothing. They have no nodes. Boys about to pick up the third node once again for the red team. And red team, of course, 55. Going to be playing a little defensively here. They know they're outnumbered. They don't have to commit to this fight. They've got a really big advantage.
Ele é a mesma build que eu tava ontem tirando a pet e a runa.
That support, healing as much
quando
as
o vídeo
possible.
tinha ido. Aqui, ó, o tempo é... Deixa eu ver o time ali que apareceu, mais ou menos. 2:15, procurei 2:15:00, mano. Mais ou menos, 2:15:00. 2 horas e 15 minutos do VOD dele. Você entra aí, puxa e só printa. 2 horas e 15 minutos, só anotar aí, anota no bloco de notas e vai lá.
Boyce moving in there. He successfully contests as well. Now, will he try and hold this thing entirely? Actually, no, not going to go for that. That would be a little bit too aggressive, I would say. Does, of course, have the bear stance and all the stances available, so not really at any risk, I think. Even now tries to actually turn it into some aggression here. Now that Riken has been kind of stuck on the node, Boyce feels confident to actually go for a bit of aggression. Couldn't quite make it in time to get that contest, unfortunately, but now we do have Draza back in the mix. And that's going to prompt Boyce to simply rotate away, leaving the Catalyst to kind of stall this out and kind of force a 1v1. You can see, yeah, it's going to force this 1v1. They don't really want to 1v2 this for too long if blue team wants to make some kind of recovery, but if they want to make a recovery, it's such a long road to that. They have to get this node. They've got to neutralize this and then hold a triple cap for a significant portion of this game. They get the neutralization, so... I mean, they can win, they can make it happen, but it's got to be flawless. It has to be an absolutely perfect game for the rest of this match if they want to win. Riken's got to realistically win, or at least hold this 1v1 without conceding the node, even if he gets outnumbered. And of course, this fight on middle also has to go flawlessly too. Red team kind of disengaging though, not looking like super likely. Boyce going to go for the buff here. I think we will be able to see an intercept here. The Shiro teleport should allow Azaz to actually get up there. He's going to go for it now. Yep, there we go. Teleports up and blue gets the sword. It's going to go for the buff here. I think we will be able to see an intercept here. The Shiro teleport should allow Azaz to actually get up there.
É double conde mesmo, hein, guys. Double conde Herald mesmo. Os caras postou o time azul. Não deu certo, mano. E esse era um mapa bom pra double conde Herald, mano. É um mapa bom pra Herald em geral, né? Rotaciona rápido no mapa por causa dos teleportes.
So far, 55 is kind of holding firm in this case. Draza is actually losing the 1v1.
Mesmo assim, o Deadeye é muito counter, né?
So Riken
Deadeye farma esse esconde Herald aí, engole os caras.
Get the node though. We do actually have an outnumber onto Azaz too. Yeah, he's gonna have to. Ooh, yeah, had to give up the artifact and unfortunately did die at the same time, and that's really not what the blue team needs. I just don't think this is gonna be good enough. I don't see it, guys. A valiant effort here at the end of the game. Like, blue team has stalled it. They've stopped the point gain. I don't think they can stop it forever.
O Cinderner jogou de Deadeye quase todos os jogos. Acho que teve um jogo de Daredevil, bota fé. Mano, o Deadeye tem muito valor contra a Conde Herald, né? Que tá no meta. Muito, muito valor. Farma os caras facinho.
I don't think that's very realistic to hold this until maybe he can hold on until the Rev gets here, but no, has to give it up. Can't get in there. And red team now have that single node, and that might be all they need. A massive condition burst lands on the Thief. That Thief goes down, extended for a millisecond, and obliterated by Sind and Boyce. I think that really does signal the end of the game now. As Sind has now got free reign to push in here. to assist Draza in this 1v1.
Por isso que impactizou de
like, very, very low. Falls over, gets sniped down instantly, and then knocks over a brutal bleed there.
Por isso que ele não troca o rifle também, pô.
Very nicely. And there it is. And that's it. Catalyst slapping him to death. Gets that kill. 5 points in the pocket. 500 points, 55. They win this game very decisively.
Tem One Punch Man e One Weapon dele.
Their strategy has been shut down. Shut down hard. And that's actually the end of the round. Bit of a quick one.
E o pior é que ele farma uma galera, né, mano? Ele mata uma galera, filho.
Okay, so we've got 55 Dragons versus Zintrix. Actually, both of these games are pretty interesting. Like, Frey's team going up against 55. Both interesting
pode ficar
rounds.
Perma reflete, ele não sai do rifle. Sim, sim. Ele vai embora.
Prepare yourselves. I mean, yeah, the French,
isso aí é do server NAU EU. Salve, salve, Indson, meu querido. Boa tarde, mano.
Exactly, yeah, we
isso
did
daqui
see
é europeu.
Bear this in mind, guys.
É o server europeu.
We did see a little bit of the,
é o torneio mensal, agora a gente tá indo pra quarta rodada. Inclusive, deixa eu dar uma avançada aqui. Quarta rodada vai ser em Capricorn.
Alright. 55.
Mas não troca arma, é.
Ah, dude, Awesomeness is streaming NA, actually. We'll keep an eye on that.
Tadinho.
Very exciting.
Qual o nome do Drazi? O Drazi é esse Catalyst. O One Duel Joseph. Catalyst, ele tá jogando de Double Dagger Catalyst, que inclusive eu recomendo. Tá muito forte. Double Dagger no Elementalist em geral tá muito bom, mano. Tá bem completinho, mobilidade, dano, tanque, CC. Faz de tudo um pouquinho, tá ligado?
DPS build. Really a popular build right now, actually. Sword, shield, and spear. Very high DPS. Power block. Always a joy to interact with that. With, of course, the
certeza que ele joga de double rifle e fica trocando pra Carcia. Será que troca? Eu acho que não. Será que dá?
I think the thing about the Mesmer build is that this is very annoying if you're a warrior, right? Like having the mantra distraction to interrupt that mending heal
dá
skill.
Sim. Será? Oh, louco, eu não sabia não.
Warrior does not like
interessante.
That can do that to it.
Jogar de double rifle.
Diversion for the instant cast interrupt, same as the mantra distraction. Very painful, I think, for warriors to deal with. And 55, actually repping out the Untamed here is Boyce. Ranger Enjoyer. Gaming Fan. Time Fate Karma, Syndrome on the Deadeye. Very nice.
Essa partida aí também vai ser boa, hein, guys. Alto nível.
As you see. He is playing strength, actually. Hit hard, and if that doesn't work, just hit harder. Yeah, well, it's, you know, it might not work. Who knows? I guess we'll find out. Of course, Strength Warrior, very high damage. We have seen the French utilize this as like a hard carry DPS build, mostly for team fighting purposes. But of course can serve itself quite well in the duels too. And Blue Team just really going for this kill onto Abindo right now, trying to make that happen. We have this Ranger 1v1 going on over there at the same time. Meanwhile, we have, the Mirage into the Warrior. That does not feel good for the Warrior for me. You know, it really does not feel good whatsoever. And you can see Zintrax definitely having a little bit of difficulty. Mirage cooldown's not looking super hot right now. To be honest, a no mantra to get that heal skill, at least for the time being. But yeah, the Warrior has to be so cautious here. If you get caught by this Mirage, you are going to get
jogão, guys. Por enquanto tá jogão.
And here comes the recharge. And
bem controlado o
this
jogo.
is where things can get really painful. Yeah, that brutal blink lands a massive crushing blow onto the Warrior. But the sustain on the Warrior is very high. Defense trade.
Fazer comparativo das comps. Interessante que nos dois times tem Tamed.
Yeah, the Warrior not really able to connect super well, as you can
no
see.
time azul estão apostando no Double Spellbreaker, mano, que loucura.
Mirage too fast. Has to back off now though as Fly rotates in.
Double Spellbreaker, Chrono
so
Support,
really able to get a lot done.
Tamed e Daredevil, e no outro é
it's going to be a big victory in a game that's relatively slow. It's a big deal getting one kill here and securing one node. It's going to be very annoying. You can see that Zemvo doesn't want to let that happen, at least for as long as possible. Wants to try and hold on. Doesn't support Chronomancer, so can't really do that much.
Interessante, né, mano? Tá vendo? O europeu é muito mais diversificado as builds, mano.
And Zemvo trying to get back in now. assist the team elsewhere on the map. Boyce and Intrigue,
tipo aquele Sigil que aplica 5 de rune no swap. Bota, caralho, ô Potatão, que loucura, mano. Eu não sabia que dava pra usar não, double arma igual. Eu achava que não trocava. Se esse SPL aí no mid era melhor ele tá no far, não. O Spellbreaker, né? Provavelmente, mas como eles têm double Spellbreaker, já deve ter um lá, né? Tem 2 Spellbreaker, então.
Thief from the blue team also arrives, but I think a little bit too late. Fly will not be able to assist that player, able to hang on there. And yeah, red team pick up another node. Bella's now up as well. And that'll be an additional point that these players need to address. Bindo looking to go for it, wants to kind of plant himself on it.
A real é que eu não gosto muito de Spellbreaker pra esse mapa não, guys. E atualmente o Spellbreaker tá meio fraco, né? Foi bem nerfado no último patch notes. Então, porra, double Spellbreaker, mano. Um já seria ruim, 2 é de fuder o cu da bunda.
Being in the mix, we also have the Herald as well, and the Mirage and the Deadeye.
Ele tá tão morto que teve 10 times no MAT. Puta. Caralho, aí é foda. 10 times só, mano, que sede. Vocês acham esse time do EU melhor que o do NA? Ô, Inson, os top time, pra mim, os top times são o mesmo nível, tá ligado? Tanto, do NA e do EU. Pegar ali o time USA, o time do Green Jack e os times do europeu top ali, Rank 55, os minhoca francesa. Pra mim eles são tudo mesmo nível, mano. Os caras jogar aí 10 partidas vai ficar 5 pra cada lado, sei lá, 6 pra um lado, 4 pro outro. Acho que depende muito de comp, tá ligado? Do que tá forte no meta. E do que a galera joga melhor, né? Isso que tá bom ainda, mas agora eles jogam de dano. Vai ter o Mota agora, daí vai sair que região tá melhor. É, interessante. Aí nós vai tirar na prova, né? Dá 1 a 1. É, então. Vai tirar a prova agora. Mas eu acho que vai muito de meta, tá ligado? Do que tá forte, do que a galera gosta mais de jogar. Por exemplo, agora que o Warrior tá nerfado, o Drazi, por exemplo, perdeu o main dele, né? Que era o Warrior. Então ele já não vai estar no 100%.
Gets a brutal interrupt there on the heal skill, I believe. Maybe he got it off, but just took a hit immediately afterwards. Has to be careful, tries to hold on. Ports back in, of course, Dra. Kind of a legendary player. Of course, the only player to win both Master of the Arenas. Bit of a mercenary. Plays for EU, plays for NA, goes where the wind takes him.
Mota 2, porque os caras não tava jogando de kata, daí o Green Jack engoliu os caras. Pois é. Eu lembro. Que era quando o Catalyst ainda tava broken, né? O cetro, né? Brokenzíssimo.
And Pain also in a little bit of trouble. The Axe Thief, of course, being played. Very potent in these scenarios, right? It can win this Thief 1v1 very nicely. And Pain having a bit of trouble there. Is going to die. Yeah, just straight up dies. Zealith finds it. And that's a big problem for Blue. They need to have an answer to this Thief. They have to shut that Axe Thief down. It's not something you can leave uncontested. You really can't. Even after the nerf, it still packs a serious punch. And Blue team kind of scrambling here to try and find something. But so far, they're having a bit of difficulty finding a way to engage. Frey going to begin this 1v1. Is playing actually the Spear here, actually, on the Harbinger build. Into the Necromancer. Of course, into the Harbinger. Now, the good thing about the Necro here is it has Mega Boon Corrupt, right? You can see the boons being corrupted here consistently, and this is not something the Herald likes, right? And this is something that Necro loves. Big Boon Corruption there is going to give it the kind of the upper hand in that 1v1. Very tanky, very durable build.
Era aquela primeira build de Hammer que dava dano pra caralho e sobrevivia os ganks cheios de stab. Aí a gente resetava as skills 100%. Nossa, mano. Era muito broken, eu lembro, mano. Eu lembro. Era imortal e dava dano pra caralho essa porra. Era ridículo.
So both teams are going to have to respond to this. Who is Mini Frey? I mean, Mini Frey is Frey. And the Mesmer, there's 2 of them. It's Dra and Yui.
O Earth Shield também não tinha nerf AE, mano. O imune dele era 30 segundos cooldown, né? Magnetic Aura a cada 10 segundos.
Taking very heavy pressure. Has a time warp. Drops the time warp. Should be able to get the kite here. Holds on.
Aquela skill do escudo do Kata também era
quebrada. Can't quite get the heal off. The counter snipe.
O boneco era
from the
imortal,
rifle
mano,
on the red team gets that kill, and that is unfortunate. No support will be available for this Bell fight here. That is problematic. That is very problematic here. Draw in position already, but of course the red team will be sending their assets to contest as well. In goes Azaz, and of course the Mesmer as well. Ooh, Thief also moving in, and I think this might force blue team to kind of give up this Bell. I don't think they'd really have the presence on the map to get anything done there. Frey is getting revived there by Pace.
Lindo sneak
res, hein, mano.
Mas ó, o Axie Chief tá punindo bem a galera, hein?
In time to actually contest this.
Quem diria?
Yeah, red team just having that locked in, 25 points. Yeah, blue team just not really having. I don't think they really have a.
O boneco era tão sinistro que eu dava Zerder.
Right? Like, you know, I don't really see what they're trying to do.
Era quase imortal,
era. With their composition, you know. Like, what's the goal? What's the aim? I'm not seeing the plan. Like, all I'm seeing really is they're getting pushed around the map by red.
Quase
that's
toda
what's
build
going on,
usava.
to be honest. Two more brutal kills being landed there by Riken. And, of course, the rest of the French. They're angry after that 55 game, guys. They're mad. The French are active. They're here. And they want to win. Red Thief is in a spot of bother. But does actually get into stealth and is wriggling away, gets to the support.
Era antes da ZL,
Another bell will be up in about 2 minutes.
Era broken. Todas as runas que dava 10% de vida era muito forte,
to be honest with you. Blue team Ranger kiting away, waiting for the kind of bit of the resets from the blue team. Doesn't want to engage it. Is a little bit wary of the Thief, I think, and with good reason too. Now we'll begin this 1v1, but red just looking strong right now, looking very, very strong, in fact. Looking very strong. I am two-time motor winner, Dralej. You know, when I'm going to sleep at night, I'm
Caralho, olha, esse time de vermelho aí foi o time que foi espancado na última partida. E agora eles estão espancando o time do Pen e do Frey, mano. Esse time de azul aí não é ruim não, mano. Caralho. Loucura, eu acho que tem muito a ver com o mapa também, né?
Which team? I mean, look, it's kind of the blessing, right? Whatever team
que agora o double con de Herald deles está fazendo efeito. Que não tem Dead Eye pra caçar eles, né?
Can play anything, any role, any class, right? So a lot of teams they want this guy, right? They want this guy because you need that counter pick.
Duration pra caralho, mais 10% de vida,
right? Sim. What the hell is going on with that heal skill cooldown?
True.
What was that? You want this guy in your team because he can fill the holes, if you guys know what I'm saying, right? And that's why he's been picked up by both 55 and USA, in fact, for those rosters in these highly competitive tournaments, because you want that flexibility, right? If you need a reroll, then you need a reroll. Simple as that. Yeah. Why are you guys typing huh? Wait, what are you guys typing huh? I'm removing that emote too. That emote's gone. And blue team do actually get a little bit back here, getting that node, but again, they're about to lose the second bell, I think, and yeah, 50 points. That's going to be hard to recover from, I think, for the blue team at this stage. Frey also falls. The hold on the map has been broken.
O Axie Chief tá
Blue going for a repack. They do actually manage to get rid of Tack. That's big, but actually there is a downstate wall here. Both Chronos in downstate. Who's going to get this cleave? Looks like red team going to go for the res. They secure it too. Oh, they get a massive Herald stun as well. That was a beautiful, beautiful Shiro elite. Shutting down the aggression and, of course, the revive from the opponents. No stun breaks available, and it translates into a brutal, crushing teamfight demolition from French Worms. More and more kills being secured. Red team not really having the map, but they're about to have it with the 2-cap coming through, maybe even the triple. And I think French Worms, they're back with a vengeance in this round, looking incredibly strong.
Did you see that?
Looking incredibly, incredibly strong.
Did you see that?
Frey attempting to blast, get back into this 1v1. Does get the contest, and again, you can see that powerful boon crop, right? This Herald doesn't really want to fight this, I think. I don't think it has the damage to really kill this even. You can see that Frey's build, it is kind of doing what it's supposed to do, kind of dealing with these revs. But the problem is, it can't
então tava certo, esse time do Ranking é o French Worms mesmo. Ah,
Chrono dies on middle.
Não é eles mesmo, né?
The red Chrono going for the revive here. Feels very ambitious.
Eles deram bait na 55 e perderam pra depois vir com a surpresinha, né?
Maybe not enough. Oh my god, actually gets the res just in time. I don't believe this. Oh, that is so disgusting. Ugh. That was a nasty. And Yui moves back in to help, but straight into the meat grinder, I'm afraid. And, well, they both get sent back to the spawn. There's the Woof! And the game ends. Wow. And that was brutal.
GG, mano, esse time do PEN tava forte, tá? Wolf, Spider,
by the worms.
Frey, Dra.
Had a bit of trouble versus 55.
Uma galera boa ali, mano.
Not to be trifled with.
Foi espanco, fi.
They are not to be trifled
500 a
with
150.
And this game is also over. Oh, close game. Tenebrai's team just barely wins with 503.
É o terceiro mês já que eles fazem isso. Os caras tá vindo na inteligência, na estratégia. Eu acho que agora a gente tá indo pro sexto round, né, guys? É, sexto round. Mapa Foefire. Depois desse mapa aqui já começa as quartas de final.
Z Squadron.
Do grego estratégia.
In play. Demolish. Z Squadron leader, of course.
Referências.
It's actually Enigma, but I'm going to say it's Demolish because it's funny. Wait, they're actually BMing. No respect for Demolish here, guys. The breakdance comes through.
Já não tem mais o Willband pra tu ver. Verdade, verdade, mano.
Eliminated by the Spear clones.
Oh, essa partida vai ser boa também, guys. É Double Conde Herald contra Double Spellbreaker.
EU only. There is an NA version.
Que loucura.
At the same time, though. Incredible. I have a feeling, I actually don't, you know, it's very weird. A lot of these games feel very unpredictable to me. I do think that Red Team is favored here. I think 55 is probably pretty favored versus Frey's team as well. But you never know. You never know.
Mightyteapot falou,
when the comps aren't mirrored,
falou a
you don't know how things are
time vermelho tem... É favorito.
Definitely a very, very dissimilar approach on the blue team. With the Warriors. This is basically the Warrior main team. Like
Double Chrono, mano. Double Chrono, Double Conde Herald. Que loucura esses caras, velho.
Based Warrior mains. Instead of crying on the forums, they just keep playing Warrior anyway, guys.
Chrono não foi nerfado, mano.
Right? If you're a Warrior main and you're crying on the forums about no longer being completely broken, okay, be inspired by Zintrix and Demolish, who are not crying about it on the forums, are actually playing the game and still playing highly competitively. Enjoy it. Okay, see if they can make anything happen here. Zenvo in the mix, blasting. Man, this game could be a relatively slow match, actually. Like, everyone is pretty damn tanky here. The Untamed does get shoved away, though. A quick plus from the Thief is going to guarantee this node, I believe, for Red. Zenvo actually falls on middle, too. Whoa,
esse é o mapa do Snowball, guys.
Just going in favor of Red here.
O time azul já perdeu um, já vai perder outro.
It is still a threat.
Já era.
You have to respect it. It's been nerfed. But it's still a serious threat because even these support Mesmers, they have a lot of damage as well. Spear, a very powerful weapon on support.
Os SPB são tudo DSGS. Abandonar Staff Spear, bota fé, bota fé, bota fé.
Pack a bit of a punch on Avatar Chronomancer, you absolutely can. Your damage is not to be underestimated. Mind the gap, guys. Mind the gap. And Red Team off to a very good start here, I'd say. Fly trying to make something happen here, but yeah, this Axe Thief is still a bit of a pain.
Acho que tem uns de Dagger Mace. Mano, Dagger Mace é interessante mesmo. O Mace na off-range tem um CC de 1200 range, né, mano? É doideira.
At low level, right? It's a noob stomper build.
Mas a maioria é DSGS, bota fé.
Wallbender is incredibly lethal, but players who are kind of
usando a Relic, né? Stormsinger, né?
Like very notably, the thing about Willbender Spear is that it can like leap onto you and burst you.
Vou falar pra você que depois do nerf que teve no full counter, eu prefiro minhas builds de core, hein, mano. Meu core warrior eu tô preferindo do que jogar com esses Spellbreaker aí. Mas, né?
And if you're, if you're in a team, if you're in a, a highly experienced player, you're gonna know that you want to be bullying that Willbender pretty aggressively to shut it down. So yeah, you don't typically see Willbenders so much in these types of games.
Porque já vi vários Core War. Então, mano, fi. Mano, as minhas buildzinhas lá estão tudo gostosinhas de jogar também, mano. Todas, a Conde, a de Hammer, a de Valkyrie com GS, divertidíssimas.
And Dra going to be on a second chrono, DPS chrono here as well, moving away from the Virtuoso. So looking a lot more like kind of a combination of what the French Worms and what 55 are playing. A bit of a hybrid approach here. Let's see actually what ends up happening here in this matchup here. Draza, of course, actually going for the Chronomancer as well. Actually getting kind of destroyed here in a 3v1 initially at the start of this match. Meanwhile, Syndra and Boyce kind of getting into the mix there. Boyce secures that node.
Nossa, a partidinha também muito boa, hein, guys. É, ó, 55 contra o time do Pain, Frey, Wolfspider. Partidinha boa, mas a 55 é favorita, né? Que é o time azul. Cinder, Draze, Boyce, Obindo.
Blue now pushing into middle. Misha playing another Chronomancer actually. So lots of Mesmers in this game, guys. It's going to be the support Chronomancer, I believe, here from Misha. Not the Tempest this time around, so a bit of a mix.
Vamos olhar para as comp. Time vermelho é Catalyst com Frey, o Pain jogando de Daredevil, Wolfspider de damage, o Fantasmal de Chrono, suporte. Double Chrono os caras tão, né? O time vermelho. Time azul, Syndra de Dead Eye, Boyce de Soul Beast, é aquela build de Conde, né? Obindo de Conde Herald. O Master of Disaster de Chrono Suporte e o Drazi de Chrono Suporte também, provavelmente. Double Chrono Suporte pros dois lados. Até porque como esse mapa... a distância entre os nodes é muito pequena, acredito que o Chrono Support tenha muito valor, tá ligado? Os teleportes dele, né? Do rifle, tenha muito valor nesse mapa, mano. Mobilidade pra evitar tomar snowball, tá ligado? Faz a diferença, eu acho. Tá jogão, hein, guys? Tá bem equilibrado, mano. Engenheiro é muito meme, né? Quando comecei a jogar GW2, Spellbreaker e Hollow eram os melhores duelistas do game e Mesmer era um câncer. True, Calanguinho. Mano, mas o engenheiro tá voltando, viu, Calango? Ainda não tá aquelas coisas, mas tá voltando, velho. Tá ficando melhorzinho, mano. Tá tendo teve alguns buffs aí. Faz um tempo que o Eng tá meme, no meio do ano passado teve meta bem pouquinho. Sim, verdade.
Boyce nearly able to go for this full cap, nearly makes it happen actually. Should be able to get it done, I think. Yeah, it does actually get that cap, I believe.
Na net foi muito filha da puta, nerfou o Eng porque tava oprimindo com o de Reaper bem pouquinho, base ali na net. Mano, não pode mexer, cês tá ligado? Não pode mexer no Necro e no Guardian, pô. É os dois que não podem ser oprimidos.
The aggression from Red is, well, the aggression from Blue rather, is going to continue, and that Chronomancer gets caught by the addition of the Chrono, also the Deadeye, and that kill has been secured in 55, starting to get a little bit ahead in this game. Here it is. 55 continuing to try to get a Bindo to pressure into that waterfall, but they are going to need maybe the Thief to deal with that Untamed. Oh, the Revive does come through actually there. Not finishing that kill, maybe a little bit of haste from blue team to actually not finish that off there. And all of a sudden, Boyce, in a little bit of pain here, does get taken out, and so does Draza.
Necro ganha de todo menos um tem que ser nerfado.
And Misha,
isso aí, que são os main do Naro. O Naro que é esperto, fi, que faz de main os que nunca vai ser nerfado.
Send, continuing to blast.
Tem essa teoria também. Salve, salve, Castiel, meu querido. Boa tarde aí, mano. Boa segunda-feira.
Meanwhile, Abindo trying to get this node captured. Not quite able to do it, at least for the time being. And Red Team doing a pretty good job here, at least so far at the beginning of this game. And Blue are going to have to make a bit of a comeback if they want to get into this. They do not have the momentum with them currently. They really do not. However, Boyce lands a crushing blow onto the Catalyst. Drives the Elementalist away from the node, nearly neutralizes it.
Mano, jogão, hein, guys? Jogão, mano. Bem close o jogo, mano.
for 55. They have not been able to kill it yet. Like, Abindo can hold his own in this 1v1, obviously, but not quite able to actually secure that kill, which is certainly not ideal for them. Now, Blue get middle back, and I think we do have Boyce doing a good job over here, but we'll need some assistance soon, as of
E aqui TM countera bem o DJI do Syndriner, hein?
He's on his way now.
E ainda tem os blocos projétil do Double Chrono. Eu acho que DJI aqui não teve tanto valor não, hein, mano, se pá. Por conta da comp.
Both of these builds look incredibly durable, evenly matched, and not really being able to kill each other super effectively.
Não, eles não são nerfados porque o Nara só joga com eles. Eles só nerfaram o Dragon Hunt quando o Bender ficou forte. Menino tem que ter um Guardian DPS. Zenith tinha falado que ele tem um Discord dos devs. Aí é foda, pô. Todos eles têm. É até aberto esse Discord. E é a gente que sofre, né?
Big victory there. We also see Dra die as well. Draza was able to kill him, literally his own self. Because as we all know, guys, Dra and Draza are the same player.
Os caras te escutaram outra coisa, eu boto fé. Os caras é os queridinhos, né, da...
Plays on two computers at the same time. Very impressive.
Da Arena Net.
55 though, that was a very good series of rotations.
55 agora abriu uma boa vantagem, hein? Abriu kill, double node.
55 were having a bit of difficulty dealing with it, and now they've succeeded. Chronomancer from red, running away in fear. Should be able to make it, I think, to the gate and kind of restabilize, but wants to get back into this fight pretty quickly, I think.
Alô, boa tarde, salve, salve Azimus, boa tarde, meu querido, boa segunda-feira e boa semana.
Hard to take this fight, though, I think, as I think red team are already pretty behind.
Se tu chegar lá com uma ideia que não favorece eles te oprimem com força. Entra lá, Potatão, fala pra galera tirar o duo. Pra tirar o duo a partir do plat. Manda lá.
Being eliminated, and this puts red into a really tricky spot now. Big reveal from Abindo as well. Is that going to be enough to actually kill Zee? With the gravel, it might be. Yeah, it is. Yeah, big reveal there from Abindo. Denies the stealth from the thief and eliminates the thief off the map as well. A brutal turn in this game, winning the team fight and a thief kill on the other side of the map. All of a sudden, things are looking very bad for red team. This is a snowbally map, guys. It's Foefire. Like, things can flip on a dime very quickly. Oh, yeah. And now 55 have got that double cap, and we're almost seeing an inverse of this situation where I don't really see Boyce dying in this 1v1. And that means red team is going to have to dedicate a lot of
agora acabou o game, hein, mano. A rank 55 só abriu vantagem agora, mano. Esse mapa é foda. Snowbolou um pouquinho, já era. Ainda mais com o Double Chrono suporte, pô. Com os teleportes do rifle, tá ligado? O mapa já é... Já tem pouca distância entre os nodes. Aí com o rifle teleportando ainda, os caras tá em todos os nodes ao mesmo tempo, pô.
But he's not in the best spot, actually, is he? Tries to hold on, doesn't have a heal
acontece nos fóruns quando os posts de Duke começam a pegar corpo, parece monte de conta que tu nunca viu defendendo.
So juicy, actually. Ooh, gets his heal off. Holds on, and yeah, red team aren't able to get him yet. Gets his rampages once, there's the stability. And some very good movement by Boyce, the ranger from blue. He's not out of the woods yet, though, is he? Needs to hold on, the support from Meter is now available. And the Soul Beast holds on, at least for the time being. And now they're going to turn it. They're going to turn it onto Dra. Do they find it? Yes, they do. They get that kill. There's the blast. And over on the other side of the map, ooh, Abindo gets that kill as well. Frey eliminated. And 55, I think, kind of accelerating their way to victory.
Pois kaitou só os 5, God. Pois é. Pois é, e nesse mapa ainda, mano. Esse é um dos piores mapas que tem pra kite spot, guys. Na verdade, é o pior mapa de kite spot do jogo, tá? É um dos mapas que tem menos kite spot do jogo. Não, é um dos, não. É o mapa com menos kite spot do jogo.
All he can do is really help the Untamed retreat rather than any kind of aggressive play. And at 400 points, you've got to be on the map. You can't be giving any nodes away to your opponents. And I think we're kind of past the point of no return for the blue team here. It was an intense early game, a sweaty early game. 55, they managed to actually kind of recover it, stabilize it, and get in control of the map and not let go of it. I think that's basically going to be the GG. I don't really see a win condition here for red at this stage. Pain gets picked off, coming out of spawn, trying to get onto the map, but 55, you can see they're in position, they're ready to deflect any kind of final push, last stand from their opponents, and yeah, red team basically call it. They call it, and they're gonna have to come back in the elimination round.
Foefire tem quase nada no site, certeza que é o pior, exatamente.
Oh wow, dude, French Worms destroyed Zintrax.
Kyhlo, não, mano, não.
They got the Lord.
Porque o Kyhlo, ele tem muitos pontos com Kite Spot, tá ligado? É, só que é mais escondido. Agora Foefire não tem, mano. Foefire tem uns pontos assim, muitos pontos do mapa do Foefire, não tem nada. Não tem uma paredinha pra você escalar, uma caixa, um nada. O Kyhlo, ele tem, só que é mais escondido, tá ligado? É umas quininhas que dá pra você aproveitar. Às vezes um jump dodge pra você subir em alguma coisa. Agora Foefire tem muitos pontos do mapa que não tem nada, filho. É o chão, a parede, e você que se vire aí, filho.
And then on the other side of the bracket, we actually have 55. So if it's going to be a finals, it'll be potentially another Worms versus 55 finals. Who would have seen that one coming? New World is so back. Wait, were you streaming New World? Exhale, thanks to the Prime.
É, guys, vai começar as quartas de final agora, tá? Primeira partida das quartas de final, Templo of the Silent Storm. Mapa Teamfight Based em geral, porém um mapa muito grande e com muito nível de terreno para quem tem teleporte se aproveitar.
What's happening here?
Um pouquinho menos, pau por metade, é. Tá bom, obrigado. Ô Viits, por que você curte tantas builds core? Você, tipo, se desafia criando essas builds? Mano, existem vários motivos aí. Se eu ficar falando aqui, vai sair do ponto da live de hoje. Mas o principal é que o corezinho tem um molho, né? É mais divertido, pô. Mas não é, tem vários motivos aí, mano. É, muito tempo eu fiquei sem ter expansão. Então eu joguei só de core por muito tempo. Acostumei a criar build core. E mesmo assim, durante essa época que eu jogava sem expansão, eu já pegava pelo menos plat. E mesmo quando eu já testei jogar de build meta e tal, eu não senti que é tão diferente para minhas builds, não. Obrigado, não. Então...
Incredible.
Não, obrigado.
The Condira build, Burst Roma.
E eu gosto muito de criar build, tá ligado? Então, essa combinação de fatores. E eu gosto muito de criar build também que ninguém tá pensando sobre. Então, usar skill que ninguém usa, esse tipo de coisa assim, eu gosto muito de fazer. Então, junta esse monte de fatores aí, é por isso que eu só jogo de core. Mas de vez em quando eu jogo de especialização aí, uma vez ou outra, eu crio alguma buildzinha e a gente acaba jogando.
Playing Condi Berserker? Who does that? That is inhuman behavior, guys. Mamaya's
um pra cada lado, sim.
First aid kit on the Spectre.
Tinha uma dúvida, quando o Shortbow de engenheiro saiu, tinha alguma skill dele que era Elixir? Mano, não sei, hein, ô Calanguinho, não sei, mano. Acho que não, acho que não. Você fala por causa da trait, né, que aumenta 2 segundos da duração dos Elixir, né? Seria bem forte com um Shortbow mesmo, se tivesse, mas eu acho que não. Justo demais, curto explorar o Core do Guardian, acho forte demais. Sim, sim, Core Guardian também tá bem divertido. Eu tô com 3 builds dele atualmente. Tá bem divertido de criar build pra ele mesmo. Sim. Então, né, eu acho que não veio não, Calanguinho. Mas, mano, vou falar pra você que Shortbow no Eng tá legal, viu? É uma das melhores armas dele atualmente. E é bom que é uma arma que, além de você conseguir jogar side com ela, tirar uns duelos bons, você também na teamfight ela tem muito valor, né? Porque todas as skills dela é boa pra teamfight, mano. É em área, dá efeito pro time, dá debuff nos inimigos. Bem roubadinho. Qual a pior classe core? Heavy. Acho que agora que nerfaram o Centauro inteiro, mano. Não sei dizer se é Heavy em Potatão. Não sei, mano. Pior classe core, mano. Eu acho que... É porque assim, tá ligado? Se você for comparar com as especializações, tá ligado? Tipo assim, comparando com as especializações, tipo, core pra especialização. Pra mim, a pior é o Ranger. Porque todas as especializações do Ranger são muito boas. Druida, Soul Beast, Tamed, todas são muito boas, tá ligado? Então o Core Ranger meio que é triste, mano. Mas o Core Ranger em si não é ruim, né? É bonzinho de jogar também. Mas eu não acho ele o pior, não. Mas eu acho que em comparação com as specs, ele seria o pior, tá ligado? Ele é o mais triste de jogar sem spec.
Wait, why is he winning?
Tem efeito de chain das skills de bow. Sim, mano, é muito forte essa porra.
Oh, another chrono arrives. Actually, this is the Mirage. Mirage moves in, assists the support chrono.
Eu ficaria entre Heavy, Eng e Mesmer.
And that is going to turn the fight pretty effectively.
É, eu acho que é. Eu acho que seria por aí mesmo o Potatão. Dos três mesmo.
But the Chronomancer or the Mirage is on the hunt.
O Eng é o seguinte, o Eng ele tem poucas builds viáveis, tá ligado? No core. Mas as que tem, dá pra brincar, tá ligado? Dá pra brincar. As que tem, dá pra brincar, mas é poucas. É porque o Eng, ele não tem... As straight line deles não são todas que estão com bom valor atualmente, né? Do core. Core Engineer Conde é forte, então. Não, a minha buildzinha mesmo, pô, eu não acho ela fraca de jeito nenhum, velho.
The balance patch in action. Big buffs coming through on all these underused abilities. You kind of love to see that.
Eu acho que o Eng é a mesma coisa o Mesmer também. O Mesmer ele tem pouquíssimas builds que prestam no core. E as que prestam são boas, mas são poucas, tá ligado? Não tem muita variedade, não tem muito pra onde você mirar. É aquilo ali de bom e acabou. Só que em alguns mapas só mama, exatamente, mano. Sim, sim.
Not ruin PvP, and now is no exception. Meanwhile, though, they have a lot of damage coming through onto blue players. They do have the double cap and the quadruple cap, in fact, thanks to the stillness buff, but this Berserker taking heavy fire will be falling almost certainly, I believe, in the near future.
Tipo isso, a build que eu criei de Mez e Eng são 90% igual às tuas sem olhar. Sim, é exatamente, É porque, tipo assim, aí você vai no que tem mais valor, né? E aí você vai ver, tipo assim, é aquilo ali mesmo, não tem muito pra onde...
They're going to have to bounce back from this relatively easily, and I think that's exactly what's going to be happening here. We have the blue team moving over here to solidify control of this area of the map. Thief is getting
igual esses dias, né, o Daisuke veio trazer a build de Guardian pra mim jogar e era 90% igual a minha build do Guardian também. É tipo, o que muda mesmo é coisa de detalhe pessoal, gosto pessoal, né? Tipo, muitas vezes gosto de uma utility no lugar de outra. Isso daí é normal, né? É comum. E até por isso que o jogo é divertido, pô. Porque daí ninguém precisa ser igual a ninguém, a gente joga cada um com o que prefere. O jogo escolheu o menos pior, exatamente.
And that's how it is. Arazit gets that kill. Look, dude, he's worried about the self-res. They're all scarred by it. He's like, look, you're not doing it, right? You're not doing it, right? But he is, in fact, not doing it this time. Imagine if he starts now. That'll be pretty epic, actually. It'll be an epic gamer move. But I think he's actually a little bit too low. It's probably not even particularly high value at this stage, because it takes quite a long time to self-res all the way from 1% HP. But blue team... continuing their aggression, continuing their onslaught into this game. Spectre harassing this node there, wanting to assist this Berserker in dislodging this. There's no answer to this Thief, actually. Like, fly able
fazer uma build de PvE já é difícil. Tipo, fazer uma build de Core Eng Power no PvE já é difícil pra caralho. Bota fé. Tu bate, tu não sobrevive. Bota fé. Bota fé demais. Tu sobrevive, tu não dá dano.
Zembo and Intrig I trust, holding on quite nicely. Blue team get the, they actually do end up losing the map there. Double cap for red. But where's the comeback potential here? Because like blue is simply sending a player over here. They've already got a player assigned to the bottom buff. Is intercepted immediately by Fly. And having the chrono here, the support chrono, is maybe not ideal for blue. They might have to respond to this. Like put another player here. And especially now that Damage is here, this chrono is going to be in a little bit of trouble. So blue now do need to actually have a response to this. And of course, essentially the triple side noder coming through from red. It's a bit annoying to deal with, although a lot of the builds on blue also have some very high dueling potential too. But there's not any assist coming through for blue right now on bottom buff. Like, someone has to come here, or this support chrono is going to fall. And still no help. And that's going to be a dead chrono. Looks like the Spectre is going to reinforce, and this should keep this buff stable. Spectre will be quite difficult to eliminate in the immediate future, but actually has to make it over there to get that intercept. Does do it. And the Mirage also moves in for the reinforce.
No PvP tu ainda consegue fazer um one trick pony, no PvE não. Tu acerta todo teu burst, sobrou 50% da vida do bicho. E nenhum CD pra tu, aí é tenso. Quando existia a runa do Golem Monster, era só alegria e engenheiro no PvE. Mano, essa runa é aquela que te dava um patch, era isso? Ou é a que te dava cura por segundo?
Sloth going in for the kill, pushes him with the spear. Is it going to get demolished? Oh, Demosh gets the full counter. He actually lives, and the support from Zemvo comes through, and he holds on. But at what cost? It's a terrible cost, I'm afraid. 2 caps for blue. Is a kill onto Sloth, actually. The big reinforce there from Zemvo was able to turn that fight, but it's not looking good. How is this other game going, actually? I want to see this TAC versus Frey game. Oh, wow. I mean, Worms are definitely ahead here, that's for sure. A very powerful start by them on the blue team here. 180 points up. So I think that's pretty favored towards Worms.
Eu cheguei a ouvir falar dessa runa aí.
Let's see how this 55 game
Mas como eu nunca joguei muito PvE, né?
Yeah, also pretty favored towards 55 there, so
robozinho daqueles da Fractal. Ó, que doideira, da hora, da hora.
Is pretty much this Zintrax game, as the other ones are fairly favored towards one side or the other. And even this one is looking a little bit difficult to recover, I think, for red. Demolish, looking for an opening. I mean, even bottom buff is not really going to be that useful at this stage to red team. I don't think they can really get that without committing a crazy amount of resources. The Chronomance here from Amaya is holding on very nicely too. And red team kind of crumbling here. Zemvo and the Untamed in the downstate. Zemvo will fall here on middle. I think with those 2 kills, the game is well and truly over.
E o time de Double Spellbreaker está eliminado do europeu mensal desse mês. Até que foram longe, né, pô?
Demolish. What? Oh, hang on. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The Berserker secures this 1v1. Goes for the BM. Forces the bleed. And Demolish will be cleansed from this game. Big DPS comes through. Condition Berserker. Rabbit Amulet gets that kill. And that's going to be at
semifinais agora, guys.
End of the game.
Ah, não, ainda tá nas quartas ainda.
Doing extremely well in this other round at the
depois
same
que acabar
time.
Essas partidas aí.
15. It's going to be a little bit difficult to stage a comeback here with such a kind of dominant performance, I think, actually, from the French. And again, they're still utilizing this combo. We'll have to see if they kind of cook anything up for the finals, because this did not work against 55. It really, really did not. It did not work. But you never know.
Caralho, os minhoca é foda, né, mano? Nossa, tão estompando de novo o time do Pain, mano.
But it's certainly
Do
working
Pain
here,
of
that's for
Spider
sure.
Frey.
As the red team fighting for their
Pô,
lives.
esse time é bom, mano. Tá sendo estompado, viado.
7 minutes into the
Que
game.
isso, 300 a 30 é
It's certainly
foda,
going to be
hein?
an uphill battle to recover. Pain trying to blast.
Mismatch total, fi. Vamos ver a comp. Os minhoca estão com double Conde Herald, continua, né?
Top buff is not fun. It's not
Double
fun whatsoever. We do actually have the kill onto Azus.
Sorry.
Oh, hang on. Here we
Double
go.
Crone
Daredevil. Is there
E
going to be any
o Axe
intercept here?
Daredevil, né?
Bottom buff
Que
for
o Coisa
red.
tá usando ali.
Unless maybe a blue
Axe
thief can get
Pistol.
here in time, or the Chronomancer can maybe get here. Oh, miss.
Já o
Actually
time do Pain
gets it. Was blinded on the rifle too.
Catalyst.
So that is something.
Conde Herald só.
To be honest, that is actually a little bit of
Double
something.
Chrono também.
Very nice gameplay there
Daredevil.
from the red team to get that done, but it does get dissolved relatively quickly. Both of those nodes neutralized, and of course the third also.
Caralho,
being
mano, o Chrono
contested by
continua tão
Azus
forte
here at
assim,
the same
guys.
time.
4 Chrono na
There we go.
partida, velho.
And Raikkonen back in the mix there, chasing down the
Não achei que
support
fosse
from
ter
Red Team.
tantos assim, mano, depois
Support
do
from
nerf
Red
que
Team
teve.
so very, very low there. Oh, it does go into the downstate. Nearly died to falling damage. That probably would have actually been better if he was capable of actually
Esses
making
dias
that
aquele
happen. I think he was
Carolyn
going
tava
for it even.
chorando por causa do Rabbit. Os caras
Couldn't quite do it
exploitam
though
o que
in
dá
time.
do game. Daí quando tem um treco que eles não conseguem dar
Raikkonen
face
going
roll,
for that
chora
kill
pra
once
caralho.
again.
Mas nerfaram
Red
as armas.
Team,
Então
despite
sim,
that,
mano.
rather amusing
Pois
turn
é,
of
pois
events
é. Os
grabbing
caras
that
choram
buff. I
demais,
don't
mano.
think they can really turn this into much of an advantage. Frey, playing
Mas
with
nerfaram
that
as armas.
fabulous
Então,
actually.
nerfaram o rifle e a Spear, né? E mesmo assim a galera tá usando, é porque o nerf foi...
Elementalist is very tanky actually, right? That's why you kind of see it pop up in some of
Foi...
these matches. Very durable build, can hold its own very
Só arranhou,
nicely.
só.
In many of these
Continuam
fights, and of course,
peidando
like you
todos os
mentioned earlier,
booms,
right?
bota fé.
Like the Sphere Specialist, that also applies to PvP, right? So a lot of Sphere uptime is now available, and a lot of very heavy...
Mas é, mano, a galera chora muito de... Quando tem build assim, né, diferente, que eles não conseguem lidar. Aí chora.
Blue team slowly marching onwards towards victory here, really. 390 points.
Tem algum time BR nesses tournaments aí?
Pain.
Acho que não.
Well. And no thief on the map.
Aí, Caião
That's really not a good sign. When you need to control the map, and you really do when you're 300 points down, not having your thief essentially makes that impossible to do so, especially given that your opponents will also be running a thief as well.
Big F.
More kills coming in across the map. We do have a red team kill here as well, but the rally does in fact come through as the red player bleeds out. 420 points for blue. Double cap about to be secured there as well. Stillness also under siege here too. Red team might not be able to contest with this particularly well. At least not for very long. Pain is back in the mix.
Já era esse game, né, guys? Acabou.
Driven down there. And Pain is going to go for this contest, but it's going to have to concede the top buff for that. And that's going to be brutal. 4 points per tick right now in favor of the blue team.
Historicamente, os BR forma time, perde uma ou duas vezes e sai chamando outro de lixo. É foda, é foda.
Will basically end the game at that point. 481 points, 485, and this is going to be the end for Frey, for Team Frey.
Mano, interessante, hein, que o Axie Daredevil tá conseguindo ir... Tá conseguindo tirar valor das partidas, hein, mano. Mesmo com double Chrono Support no outro time. Continua bom, então, né? Eu imaginei que ia continuar bom mesmo. Jogo game desde 2012, já vi isso acontecer no PvE, PvP e WVW.
That's crazy.
É foda. Bom, guys, agora é as semifinais.
Yeah, apparently it was. But anyway, this is big.
Vixe, battle of Kyhlo.
With Kyhlo. Kyhlo is out of the way. 55. Breathe a sigh of relief. And look, guys. Actually, is this correct? Of all the monthly ATs that 55 has lost recently, they didn't have Boyce, right? It's no Boyce, no win, man. We all know it. Everyone knows it. Boyce is here. Zan, #1 simp. Boyce is well known for his simp tendencies. That is true, actually. It's kind of on his character sheet. Here we go. Boyce lost and they lost. Well, it was probably fake Boyce, man. It was probably fake Boyce. It was fake, but I mean, yeah, look. And the thing is, Boyce, he can't cancel out Kyhlo, right? Boyce is very high power level. Very high power level.
Esse é o jogo, right? O cara sobe no telhadinho no side, eu nunca tinha visto.
He can't counter it, right? He can't counter
Também
Kyhlo,
não sei como faz. Ah, provavelmente deve ser usando alguma skill. Algum leap. Jump leap, tá ligado?
Draza. A boogie with Draza.
Esse mapa é o que eu tinha falado, Potatão. Esse mapa ele tem muito kite spot, só que é bem escondido os kite spot dele, mano. Bem secretinho, tá ligado? Esse é um mapa bom pra você entrar numa custom e ficar andando por ele ali, aprendendo os cantinhos, as quininhas que dá pra pegar, que são non-port spot, tá ligado?
It was his little brother. It was his little brother who'd like stolen this computer. It wasn't even real Boyce. Can you show the Mesmer builds? Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't show them. Maybe I don't want to inflict this upon ranked, guys. Okay, you're welcome. Okay.
O cara pediu pra mostrar a build do Mesmer, ele falou, não vou mostrar não.
Anyway, We got Sind on the Deadeye. We got Boyce on the Untamed. Of course, here he is. The Heretic Amulet, absolutely disgusting. Disgusting build right there, guys. With a hammer and the Mace.
Interessante essa build do Boyce, hein, mano.
Draza on the DPS Mirage over here. And a Bindo on the Herald. Red team is going to be Erozik. It's going to be Maya, I believe, on Spectre. Mamayas on support Chronomancer. On Berserker. And Slothsea on Mirage. Now, I'm not really expecting that much, if I'm going to be real here, from these two games. I think that the semi-finals here are going to be a little bit anticlimactic, if I'm going to be honest here. 55, a pretty devastatingly good team. I don't really think Red Team has much of a hope to win here, if I'm being completely honest with you. But Sin is nearly dead. Maybe Blue Team throws. It can always happen, guys. It can definitely happen. Stranger things have happened, and regularly do happen as well. Let's see what the... I will actually go have a look at the other game, see what the other game's doing. Again, I think this will be very favored towards the Blue Team here. Once again, yeah.
Será que vai ser equilibrado? Eu acho que não. Eu acho que a outra ali vai ser mais equilibrada que essa, hein?
Yeah. Worms, looking very strong. Very, very powerful.
O Worms nesse mapa é muito forte, mano. Essa comp deles, velho.
They're probably going to have the bit of an advantage.
Com de Herald com double chrono, movimentação no mapa deles é insana. E eu Daredevil ainda.
For the Herald build, guys, this is basically what everyone's playing. It's with the Tyrant Amulet, Rune of the Links, Relic of Rivers, the Mythical Beast Spear, of course, and then Mace Shield with Corruption, Retribution, and Herald. Of course, Retribution having some buffs recently, right? Like, you actually have
esse game não vai ter nem
10%
jogo, não,
damage reduction while you have Resolution, which, of course, you have uptime of, with Spiritual Reckoning here as well. And, of course, Resolute Evasion, which also gives you a little damage reduction buff after you dodge as well. So, very high durability kind of trait line here as well. You can combine that with, of course, Hardening Persistence over on Herald, and a little bit of toughness, and you've got a pretty tanky build there. And Relic of Rivers, of course, helping you out with a bit more sustain, giving you that alacrity uptime to get your cooldowns and rotate through all of your defenses a little bit quicker. The Thief build, we've seen a lot of different Thief approaches actually here. This one is fairly popular. It's the Axe Thief build, a very aggressive build. Can handle itself in 1v1s extremely effective, massive damage output.
Stompizaço.
As well, not quite as fast as some of the other builds, of course. Like, you know, some of the other builds are a little bit faster than this Thief build, but it certainly is there. Doesn't use the short bow, as you can see. It's Axe Pistol, Dagger Pistol. And you have, of course, the DPS Chronomancer, which is somewhat similar to the DPS Mirage, with Chaos, Illusions, and Chronomancer. And we have Raikon on the another Herald, right? Same as Azaz here, with Tyrant and Lynx. Again, that new amulet with the toughness and condition damage. Bit of a classic there. And, of course, Tack on support Chrono. Esprit, known as the Big Worm. Here on the Mesmer, Avatar Amulet, Rune of the Guardian, and Relic of the Flock. There's a couple of rune choice variants. Some people like Druid, some people like Guardian. I've seen a whole bunch of different choices, actually, for what rune. Even Exuberance, right, we saw earlier on the tournament. The core of the build is still there. The Rifle and the Spear. You've got damage, you've got support, you've got boons, you've got all the good stuff. We absolutely love to see it. But yeah, this game is very one-sided in favor of the Blue Team, though. But again, kind of the same builds being played here. Rune of Resistance, so no condition duration.
Outra partida também não vai ter game, não.
Very powerful effect there to have there. And the Antitoxin, so even more cleanse. So really wants to shut down conditions on this build. Kind of thinking about the Spectre, probably.
Não sei se vale a pena usar Antitoxin, não, mano. Mesmo nessa build que precisa de cleanse, tá ligado?
At the same time, Misha on support. Guardian, Avatar, Flock. We've all seen this stuff, guys. We saw this in the last game as well. Syndra does like his Deadeye, though. This is I think not as many people are going for the Deadeye. Right? I think a lot of people are favoring the Daredevil these days. Or, of course, the Spectre. But Synd, he loves Deadeye, and that's going to be Shadow Arts, Trickery, and, of course, Deadeye. Very high damage build, is mercilessly aggressive. If this connects onto you, you have to respect it, right? You have to respect this Deadeye. It's sword, dagger, and with the rifle, so very high mobility, very, very fast, very, very high damage. Kind of really, I think it really makes sense in the context of the aggressive playstyle that 55 like. 55 love an aggressive playstyle, and I think the Deadeye fits well into that style of gameplay. You know, it's funny, guys. You know, there was a time when Syndra would make fun of people playing Deadeye. Seriously, there was. Seriously. He used to say that playing Deadeye was small PP, right? That's true, guys. I'm sure many people remember that, right? But now he's been converted. He's been fully converted to the Deadeye. One of the most staunch defenders and proponents of the build. currently beating up on Erozik.
DJ small PP.
And Boyce, this heretic ranger build there with nature magic wand as well. Very, very good here. You can see super tanky.
Porque é muito roubado essa porra mesmo, né, velho? Cê é louco.
More of these burst abilities, right? These ambush
mobilidade, invisibilidade infinita. E ainda tem dano
all over the
escroto.
place, getting that life steal, getting that sustain. Nature magic wilderness survival, giving him that tankiness, that carnivore as well, right, for even more lifesteal. Loads of lifesteal here. Getting lifesteal for every single unleashed ambush, every time you land a CC. Huge sustain coming through with the Wayfinder relic. Just a bit of that mobility.
Damage desses moleques funciona como? É mais pra super duelista. Geralmente é duelista, o Azimus. Geralmente é duelista, mano. Essa build aí do Boys, ela é duelista.
And all that kind of good stuff just kind of kicking in there as well. Super tanky build. We saw it, and we saw it played to great effect, right, in the, in that game versus Draw, right, with Wolfspider, kind of utilizing something, I think it was very similar to this.
Bom, então é isso, guys, a final vai ser Rank 55 versus Minhoca Francesa. Como já havia sido
big maps, running around, ganking 41, so boring to watch this. First Garth.
Dito aí.
You know, the thing is, right,
bom,
and the other thing
já,
is,
né? Vamos pra final logo, acabou o game. Vamos pra partida que importa, que interessa.
NA Finals.
A internet tá meio ruinzinha.
In Guild Wars 2 history.
Wait, what happened?
That is the most fantastic thing. Red was down. There was like this 1v1 at bottom and the shrine was up.
O Temid não faz sup mesmo.
Pounced, killed the
no PvP eu nunca vi mesmo, né? Acho que dá pra fazer, mas eu nunca vi também. Minha dúvida é porque eu comparo muito com o build da VW, mesmo sabendo que são conteúdos diferentes. Boto fé. Tem algumas builds de WW que funcionam no PvP, mas não é a maioria, não.
The final tick ended it.
Wow.
That was insane. That is the greatest thing I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Holy. Grimjack got the big kill at the end there too, I think.
Dude, Maul on the down, Maul on the bottom buff. That's insane.
Eu acho que os caras tá falando do torneio DNA, né? A gente vai assistir, tá, guys? Depois dessa partida aqui, que é a final do europeu, a gente vai assistir o NA.
But he died to falling damage. And then Grim stole mid, and it like kind of flipped the rotations. Oh, it was so good. It was actually the greatest match I have ever seen. Holy. Yeah.
Ok, os caras deram levantaram a bola da partida, hein? Melhor partida que eles já viram na vida.
1 second. 2 kills and then they just win. Good game. So, yeah.
It was only 16. Best. Yeah.
Meu Deus, os caras ficam 10 anos pra acertar a partida, né, velho? Acho que só vale a pena a final mesmo, porque imagina 10 times, não tem nem competição, mano. Pois é.
On the red team. It's gonna be
Eu imagino.
This is French Worms. Azaz, Herald number 1. Boom.
Vamos lá, guys. Final do torneio europeu. Supostamente os melhores da Europa.
Support Chronomancer. Raikon on Mirage this time around. Third Mesmer. DPS Mirage, Illusions, Dueling, and Mirage. There it is.
Vamos ver, o Drazi tá mudando ali, vamos ver do que ele vai jogar. Esse mapa Floresta é bem interessante, né? É um mapa que duelista tem um valor bem interessante pro mapa. Tem muito valor. É um mapa em que ocorre poucas teamfights, por conta de ser um mapa grande, muito esparramado, os modos são longes um do outro.
Wait, no, it can't be. Not another Mesmer. Surely it's not another Mesmer. No, it's a Tempest, Eclipse Sentinel from Zeolith. The relog mind games are coming in now.
Triple Chrono é isso que os caras vão fazer mesmo?
Rerolls. Tak rerolls.
Ó, os caras estão fazendo mind games, guys. Estão trocando de boneco pra baitar os caras. Swap Wars, Swap Wars.
17 rerolls there. The mind games have activated. And Tak is not yet in the game yet.
Bom, então a 55 tá vindo com o Drazi de Catalyst. Tempest suporte interessante, mudaram, tiraram o Crono.
Dragon Hunter, it's here. Tak.
E já o time francês vieram com
Here it is, Relic of the Defender, Avatar
o Double Crono e o Dragon Hunter aí que a galera tinha falado, né? Dragon Hunter Tanker, finalmente, guys. Foi a Secret Tech dos caras, né? Bunker DH, isso mesmo, exatamente, Azimus. É o Secret Tech deles, eles guardaram pra final. E pra esse mapa, igual eu falei, esse mapa duelista tem muito valor, guys. Então é um mapa ótimo pra você tirar isso da manga, tá ligado? Essa carta da manga. E outra coisa, mano, é o que eu tava comentando também, não sei se Tempest tem mais valor que Crono aqui, tá, guys? É um mapa muito grande, muito esparramado, eu acho que o Crono tem mais valor que o Tempest nesse mapa. Então eu acho que foi uma escolha ruim da Rank 55 vir de Tempest suporte aqui, mano.
Very tanky build, with Heretic Amulet and Hammer Mace and Sind on the Deadeye. Try to puncture through this, right? Like he's gonna.
Mas eu não sei, às vezes foi na zona de conforto, né? Às vezes os caras tava tão confiante no 2v2, 3v3, tá ligado? Tipo, que vai ganhar, né?
Meanwhile, the Chrono holding on, and Red Team again, they have kind of found this. This is what the French do, guys.
Os dois estão com
This is what the French do. You know what I'm
Não
saying,
sei se tem reroll, acho que o francês troca o Sup Tempest. Então, mas mas eles têm o Crono, né?
And they might have done it.
Tem o Sup Tempest, mas tem o Crono, tá ligado? O Crono que é o importante, eu acho. Pra esse mapa, mano. O Crono aqui tem muito valor nesse mapa. O rifle, né? O teleportezinho dele faz a diferença.
He can't die here. Yeah, Sin moves in at the last second. And that should kind of get some of the heat off this Elementalist. Now we have the support moving in. Eclipse Sentinel coming to help out the Herald. Should not be dying anytime soon, I believe. Yeah, should be fine. Has the Glyph, of course. Rebound available. Oh, they want to really turn it around there. They want to go for some damage.
O Drazi tá segurando bem, velho, no Foefire, né? É o Fire.
It's a meteor shower, but, well, look, we saw what happened to that ability over time, didn't we? Looks so far fairly stable. In French, 55 points.
Às vezes ele veio com... Tá, entendi, pode ser isso, guys. Ele veio com Tempest, porque o Tempest sinergiza muito bem com o Catalyst. Porque o Tempest vai dando aura e o Catalyst tem a possibilidade de explodir as auras, né? Então é uma boa combinação, Tempest suporte com Catalyst ou com qualquer outra variação de Double Dagger Element. Que daí você tem... Tanto na aura de água quanto na de raio, você pode dar blast nelas e ganhar o efeito extra. O Subcrono salva o DH umas 3, 4 vezes, tem bastante valor mesmo, bota fé, bota fé.
Lands the banished, boys banished. French holding it steady.
É roubado, velho. O Mace foi bufado, né, no último patch notes. Então tá bem legal, velho, o Mace no Guardian. Tá bem gostosinho de jogar, guys. Olha aí, sobreviveu o gank do DS, sim. E ele tá jogando de... É coisa, né? Hammer e Mace Shield. Nossa, é full decap mesmo essa bosta. Com Sanctuary ainda nas utility. Mano, é muito doença, velho. Mas é a build que o Coisa tava usando, mano. Que o moleque lá que esses dias eu joguei contra tava usando também, o Sir Jesus. Que eu acabei ganhando dele, mas bem escrotinha a build, mano. Inclusive tá no YouTube essa partida, guys. Eu acabei dando mais de 400k de dano na partida porque eu ficava batendo nele e ele ficava tancando. O ruim é quando essa merda chegar na ranked, daí o G1 vai tancar os outros 3 G1. Ter valor pra caralho, sim, isso é true, mano. Porque vai ficar chato, viu? É bem chatinho mesmo essa build, mano. É muito tanker, mano. sobrevive por muito tempo, né? Tem muito bloco.
Syndra now starting to blast. The Chronomons are trying to reinforce. Oh, just barely makes it. No!
Nossa
I can't believe
senhora.
that. With the survival, lands the Wings of Resolve and the Sanctuary and gets the node. Renewed focus is back. Boyce gets trapped as well and immobilized as well. Oh, what a disaster. Oh, no. What a nightmare for 55.
Nossa,
big
muito roubado,
stun break there by Boyce. You were seeing that one coming.
Sergiz mantém ele de Chief Sword Dagger por causa da skill 3. Não, skill 3 tira boom, né, mano? É um bom counter mesmo o Cashel. É um bom counter. Imagina se tu não pode demorar 2 minutos pra matar esse cara ou não puder sair do node por causa dele. É big win pro cara se ele for G2 de um. True. Isso é verdade.
Oh yeah, the Phantasm's not going to quite snipe him. Be a 1v2 again. It's going to be the Catalyst though. Should hold on pretty nicely. Doesn't feel confident.
Tira boom e é tudo um bloco. Não, então é hard counter, mano.
Once again goes for the plus.
Os blocos dele não servem pra nada.
The invulnerabilities here, guys. There's no Sanctuary though, and there's no rotation to actually save a spree here. But Sin kind of gives up on it. Maybe he needs to go and help middle here because red team, they have secured it. This could be a kill onto this Dragon Hunter though. Oh, the heal skills here, and Sanctuary's up soon. This is maybe holdable for a spree. This might be holdable. He has Sanctuary. Does he hold this? I think he does. Yeah, he drops it. No, he holds it. Yeah, sees the Thief leaving. Doesn't want to commit that ability. Wants to use it to kind of pressure this Ranger. Of course, that did.
Mas ele tá jogando muito bem também, viu, guys? Que se é um player mais ruinzinho, não sobrevive tanto não, tá? Ele tá rotacionando muito bem, jogando muito bem nos cooldowns das skills, mano. Quando dá cooldown ele sai, usa os kite spot pra poder dissipar o dano.
Oh, a reroll. Draza, what's the play? What's the play? It's to a dagger build, I believe, as opposed to the hammer. Yeah, the heretic build. We have the reroll.
Drazi mudou de build?
So he's logging back in. He had this prepared. They were maybe worried about this. And let's see if that's going to make the difference. Ooh, and Sind. If he could get this kill, that would be massive. Can he make some thief magic happen? Yes, he can!
Ainda tá close o game, mano. Linda
there
morte,
it is. There's the push into the bleed. But there is, of course, a rotation coming in from the Chronomancer. So we'll be able to contest this at least and kind of deny some of the point gain. Draza now back into the mix. On the Catalyst, this will definitely bully this Chrono away. Well, it will certainly, at the very least, allow Syndra to continue to rotate. But actually, Syndra in a bit of trouble here, actually. He's almost getting taken out there by that Chronomancer, which is playing a support build, by the way. And yeah, we do see the decap come through there.
Ah, esse V1 interessante, hein? Boyce contra a build imortal do DH.
Fight starting to emerge over here. Herald from
trocou de Hammer pra DD. Mano, não sei se... Não sei pra qual que ele trocou, não, qual que ele tava. Não cheguei a reparar.
Is the support from Eclipse Sentinel gonna be enough? There's still the res available, actually, so we're in a relatively okay spot. We're trying to hold this down. Big healing connecting.
Eu não acho que seja bom,
from
mano.
Eclipse Sentinel. Is it enough, though? Here's the glyph. It lands. There's the glyph. It was the air glyph too, teleporting the player away from the danger zone.
Herald tá counterando muito
res,
mano.
For blue.
Por causa da Demon Pin, né?
Looks like it does. So far the reroll from Draza.
Esse Tempest tá muito sem valor, tá, guys? Nessa match, na minha opinião.
Slowly going towards a spree. It is. Yeah, this is a bit of a problem.
Muitos counters pra ele nessa match.
I think Cinder's doing it now. Yes, he is. But cooldowns are available for the Dragon Hunter. We've got the Sanctuary.
Ele tava de Kata e trocou pra outro Kata.
Here and renewed focus.
Vamos ver a hora que mostrar eles, a gente vai descobrir. Se trocar de build é paia, pode ter alguma regra. Eu também acho meio estranho, mano. No meio da partida trocar de build é meio escroto mesmo. Deveria poder só até o começo, né? Mas... Bom, pelo menos o cara perde 1 minuto, né? Ele fica 1 minuto morto. Como punição.
He's doing a good job of it, the team actually. He still has renewed. He's not really under threat. This is a hard kill to get. And 55 are committing to it fairly hard. Of course, it is a 2v2, so that means the other side of the map is still relevant at the same time. But yeah, they can't get him. This allows the Thief, though, to rotate back into middle, and the Chronomancer is going to have to go for this chase. So Worms are going to have to hold outnumbered for a bit. They have to hold on for a bit. Thief rotates in, but Chrono actually is very kind of hot on the heels of the Thief.
Que nem agora o Tempest tá tendo valor. Que agora tá tendo uma teamfight grande, tá vendo? E aí é aí que o Tempest vai brilhar.
Catalyst from Draza is under pressure. Gets CC'd actually and does
die.
Aí, oh dear.
Mas não vai conseguir ressar.
Por
conta do Conde Herald.
In a game like this, those 5 points are relevant. They are.
Muito counter, viado.
Tack continuing to hold.
Tempest com mais valor contra DE na real. True.
He holds on.
O Tempest tem um bom valor contra o DE mesmo, isso é real, mano.
Kill
mas como esse mapa é muito grandão, o DE pode só evitar ele, né? E o DE se movimenta muito mais rápido que ele pelo mapa.
Thief dies here, and with no thief, now we're in trouble. Now 55 are in trouble. They're gonna have to try and make something happen here. They're gonna rotate. I like this. They have to mix it up. They're gonna try and play different nodes. They still have the henge secured. If they can just get Boyce planted on, they need to invert the situation. As opposed to Boyce fighting on neutral or enemy node, they've got to get Boyce on their node. Let's see if they can make that happen.
Jogão, hein, guys. Jogão, mano.
It's not looking easy, though, actually, because the Worms, they respond very quickly with rotations of their own and deny it. They get the Tempest in. Herald holding against the Catalyst very nicely, and Tack is now rotating. And this is a little bit annoying. I mean, he will be able to decap here, right? But if Boyce can hold this, and he is very quick on the draw when it comes to stun breaks, he might be able to actually keep this node going. This could be what blue team need here. This is what they're looking for. I like what they've done with this. They've swapped the map.
Mas o dele tá totalmente controlado por esse DH também. O bicho cheio de bloco e project também. Sim, true.
So this 1v1 is very important,
true story.
The Catalyst into the Revenant. If Draza can find this decap, that's massive. And he does. He does find it. And now, a lot of pressure on Boyce. Boyce needs to deny this. Yeah, he's doing a good job. Okay. 55, they've solved it. Or at least they've made a move. They've made a move, and now their opponents have to respond. Tack has to find this decap if he wants to keep his team in the lead. Meanwhile, big fight over here. Bindo in trouble, but has that glint heal, gets back up to full health pretty quickly.
Bom, o Cachel falou aí, mano. Pelo menos conseguiria matar o DH mais fácil, tá ligado?
They've got to win this fight, or one of these 1v1s. And let's see if they can do it. Okay. Bindo in a bit of trouble. No glint heal, but the support from Misha is very good. A Tempest cranking away, has that ability to heal from range too. You can see, doesn't really have to commit to the node that much. And that means it can just fully focus on supporting and CCing. And yeah, Worms, they're going to have to rotate away. Oh, Tack did get the decap though. He got it. He got it, guys. And this is the problem with these builds. They are very annoying. They will slowly get you. Even if it takes 2 minutes to decap you, if they can get that, then that is a victory. Ooh, but actually, maybe an overextension here from Tack. He goes for the heal. Can he live this? He's got the... Oh, Sanctuary gets cancelled. Hang on, we're in trouble here. Tack, for the first time in this game, needs some help here. Oh, but the Tempest does arrive there, gets the restain. The Sanctuary drops down, and that will force the Thief to rotate away. But then finds himself in a sticky situation. Is he going to go down? Yes, he is. And that will be a cap for blue. Oh, the glyph! The glyph from Zealot, that is really disgusting, actually. But the cap was yielded, I believe, to the blue team on middle. Yes, it was. And now Draza actually kind of hitting into the rock wall. This immobilize could be very punishing. He dodges it, though. But he's going to have to leave.
O Drazi mudou pra double dagger mesmo, potetão.
The gap is closing, but Bindo does fall ever so slowly on this side of the map, and this does leave Misha on his own. He's going to need a reinforce, and it's going to take ages to get there, and whoa, nowhere near enough time for that to happen.
Agora eu acho
Misha goes down, French Worms are going to
secure
the mine.
O jogo tá bem close, agora o time, os minhoca vão abrir vantagem.
To get middle, the Beast. Dude, the Beast is disgusting, actually. There's no contest for this. Maybe Sin can make it. Can he make it in time to steal this? He's going for it. Oh, yeah. French doesn't want to risk it. Doesn't want to risk it, and that's smart. Would take a little bit too long to kill that. And
não tinha pra que arriscar ali, não. Eles abriram uma vantagem de kill, mano.
Ooh, but blue team now feel like they want to go for the Beast. They want those 25 points.
Agora já foi.
Who's gonna get
agora vai ter que fazer.
Oh, no! Worms.
Garantiram.
Worms lock it in.
Mas foi muito arriscado, tá? Essa tomada de decisão foi errada. Não acho que valia a pena ter corrido pro boss ali. Valeria mais a pena ter rotacionado pra garantir outra kill e fazer snowball.
Boys, oh no,
mas,
he knows.
Né? Deu certo, quem sou eu pra falar mal?
He's mentally broken by French Theorycraft. Bunker Dragon Hunter is here.
GG, Bunker Dragon Hunter.
They did it again. No, it can't be. It's happening. The breakdance on middle. French Worms do it again. They hide their theory craft. They drop it in the finals. They can win on Kyhlo, and now they show they can win on Forest as well. A map they were a bit worried about. They said they were worried about it, guys. They did say they were worried about it before. A long time ago anyway.
GG.
But not anymore. The French overcome their fear of the forest, and they breakdance. They theorycraft. The Dragon Hunter, tack, secures victory here. And they're going to end it on a triple cap. Henge, Keep, and Mine, all secured for the Worms.
Os 55 não estavam preparados para esse DH. Mas eu aposto que para próximo torneio eles vão estar, mano. Porque existe counter, tá ligado? Não é como se não existisse counter. Existe counter. Então, é só os caras vir mais preparado aí, vir mais preparado. É que os caras tirou da manga, né? Esse pique. Uma ótima theorycraft mesmo. Parabéns, velho. Oi, foi no timer, mano. 340 a 200. Caralho, jogão. Acho engraçado quando ele fala dance. É britânico, né? Não deu preparado faz 3 meses. Estão precisando estudar o game aí, ó. Tá vendo? Os cara... Os minhoca estão fazendo o dever de casa. Estão vindo mais preparado. Bom, vamos pro NA agora, guys.